wicked them all? Did he wicked them all? When goes and goes down. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Me say how we are gonna do this. Boy, ready? Ha ha ha. Ready? Boy, me say how we are gonna do this. Yes. When goes and goes down. Boy, sit down there. 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 Boy, sit down there. Boy, sit down. Sit down there. Sit down there. Sit down there. Boy, boy, boy. Boy, boy, boy. Sit down there. 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 Watch he wicked them man. Did he wicked them man? Me say how we are gonna do it. Boy, get some money. Get some money. Me say how we are gonna do it. Boy, when goes down, Lord Jesus. Boy, watch out, watch out. Don't worry about the wicked them, you know. Don't worry about the wicked them. Tell them neighbor, come. Don't worry when they talk about you. Don't worry when they tell life on you. Don't worry if they walk over their pan you. Don't worry what them say about you. Just catch it on the balance wheel. 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 Jesus, are you balance?
All right. Pleasant morning, my peeps, to all my subscribers and all the persons in the chat room. Of course, none other than the melting pot is in studio, right? And you know that melting pot is going to engage, right? Now, having said that, we don't start our live until, of course, we endorse all the people in the chat room. And let me begin, of course. Derek McCoy 1357, big up yourself. Carla Banks 661, bless up yourself. And Beverly 975, Sister Beverly, big up yourself. And of course, we have Richard Reed 3887 and Falmouth Girl. All right, people. I need for some of you to do what Falmouth Girl do in terms of joining the club. There is Falmouth Girl, and Falmouth Girl is definitely a part of the club. Now we have Veronica Shaw M9Z, Dorothy Edwards, bless up yourself, and Angel Astin 8373. And trust me, the chat is just getting out of the way. We just started. We have already 66 devices, right, on roll, right? Christopher Wright, 6971, Dwight Endale, 4990, Veronica Shaw, bless up herself, and Leighton Brown, 8090, George Bedford, right? And of course, Ed White, Tyndale 4990, I think I called that name already. And out of 91 people, right? I love this. Quoting the motto there. And Bloomy Coleman 7640, right? Peter Davis 436 Davis, Angela Hastings, Sonia Mills, Elgar Fletcher, and Anne Bennett. All right. Having said this, I want to say once again, a pleasant good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever, right, the deck of woods that you are. Welcome again to Mystic Sensation and all the persons in the lobby, right, roping in, right, a big umbrella welcome, right, to you all. And of course, let us have melting pot, right, meet and greet. Fiona Burnett, big up yourself. Let us have brother melting pot, meet and greet his people. Melting pot.
Pleasant good afternoon to everyone tuning in to the Mystic Sensation Live Afternoon Edition, and in some places, it's evening and some places it's night. So worldwide, Yeah, blessing to everyone. Greetings as usual to my people them down in a ground zero. You know, as usual, I have to reach out to them people with a word of sentiment, you know. And to every blood and fire come bread hold strong, you know, the journey, you know, still goes on. Yeah. Enough respect to the elder in the background, the professor as usual. Yeah. And to me,
That's great.
you know, the host. Big up yourself, my boss. Yeah.
Blessings.
Greetings to my people in the 2 mile region as usual, you know. Enough love and blessings same way from Melting Pot, you know. Big up to the Painland Heights, them, yeah. Big up to the people them running at Esploot Avenue. You know, a long time you know go and shout out, you know. East Road and them place there. Yeah, man. Big up on yourself, man. Yeah, enough respect to Petora Road Heights, them, Nelson Road, Burke Road, Fitzgerald Avenue, yeah. And them places there. The whole of Whitfield Town, big up on yourself, you know. Maxwell, enough respect, same way, big up on yourself. Yeah, man, all Jungle Heights, the Crossroad, friend them from Old Trafford, big up on yourself, you know, man like Fred, big up. Yeah, man, I don't know the greetings large and it extend to the place like all, you know, 2 mile central where you know Union Heights, them dead, so you know the Boatland and Boat Island, them dead the same way, you know. Yeah, man. And you know, Crescent Road people, them love the thing. Yeah, man, them always I get greetings and blessings same way. Yeah, Bernarton Avenue, yeah. Oakland Road, Oakland Avenue, Oakland Crescent, Myrie Lane, Mackay Lane. Yeah, the whole of them place enough respect. Delacree Park, Oak Glade, big up on yourself, Bernarton Avenue, large Melting Pot and the Mystic Sensation afternoon edition. And back the floor to the host.
Blessings, Melting Pot. Let me just speak to my, people, right, all over Jamaica and in the diaspora, right? Now, when we do our research on this platform, we spend the time in terms of researching effectively. And let me say this to everyone who is listening. I will not put information out there, right, to mislead anyone. I have considered and I really appreciate the time that all of my subscribers spend their time in terms of listening to this platform. And they need solid information to make informed decisions. So we don't take their presence for granted. We are very serious in what we do. We don't run conspiracy theory. To every information that we have, and we are going to disseminate that information, we check, double check, verify, and of course, again, we put it through our system for approval. So what I'm saying that every single information that we put out there, I am telling you, you can take it to the court. Now, having said that, let me say this, that I am happy with the opposition. All the members of parliament on the opposition side, 100% solid. And one of the reasons for that, because the leader of the opposition ensure and believe in what we call meritocracy. Persons who are able to do the job, having the capacity, the tenacity, and the experience, because knowledge is power. Now, when we look on the delivery yesterday in the sectoral debate, a masterclass piece of delivery from my sister, comrade sister, Nikisha Burchell. who deliver potency. And this is why we are going to settle that this morning. Speaking the truth and highlight the evil that exists. A lot of you who are following Mystic Sensation, knowing from ever since we started, we talk how evil Andrew Holness is. And I know a lot of you are saying that Mystic Sensation has been saying this long time ago. But we are going to take it stage by stage this morning and break it in a chronological sequence, in starting with none other than Nikisha. And I want you to hear the confidence of my sister pre the sectoral debate, preparing for the sectoral debate. And Jamaica, did she deliver? She more than delivered. When I watch my sister performing and articulating, I tell you, goose pimples take me all over. And I said one thing, that this is what Jamaica lacking. The opportunity of true political representation for someone who knows what the people need and someone who willing with all of her heart, soul and mind to deliver. I'm going to play for you the preparation that Nikisha Burchell did prior to our sectoral debate. Let me share this clip with you. Wonderful performance. So let me just share this clip with the sister, right? Prepping for her debate. What is happening here? Okay, hold on. Let me stop sharing this. Hold on. Don't understand what is happening here. Let me see if I can dig that again. Right, in terms of sharing that. I hope the Pegasus don't reach my system. Oh, blank. Okay. All right. Since that is the case and it blanks, let me just move this out. Get this out of the way. Sorry, my people. But I'm going to play it from my phone. Right? Because, of course, we came well equipped. So let me just play it from my phone.
Hello there. I'm on my way to Garden House to make my first contribution as an opposition spokesperson on culture, creative industries, information, holding, don't it? But honestly, I'm feeling, some mixed emotions. I'm excited, I'm humbled, a little nervous. Well, more than a little nervous, because this is a huge responsibility. But more than anything, I feel honored. I feel honored to have the opportunity to stand in Parliament and to speak on behalf of something so deeply Jamaican. It's our culture, our creativity, our stories, our music, our identity, and the future of how we communicate as a country. This is still a relatively new portfolio for me, and I'm still getting my teeth into all the layers of it. I'm liking it. But one thing I've already confirmed for myself is that culture is not decoration, it is infrastructure. It shapes economies, it shapes tourism, it shapes identity, jobs, opportunity, and how the world sees us as Jamaica. So today's presentation is going to be bold, go be honest, thoughtful, and very Jamaican in parts, you know. We're going to talk about our culture, we're going to talk about entertainment, we're going to talk about creative industries, Rastafari, information policy, we're going to talk about influencers, we're going to talk about media, digital transformation, and how Jamaica can better protect and profit from the genius of our brilliant people. So tune in, watch, support, critique if you must, but come on, be nice, and afterwards, tell me how I did.
All right. Okay, Nikisha, let me tell you how you did. More than excellent. More than excellent. And let us look, right, as it relates to what she delivered for us, my Jamaican people. Let us look, right? Wonderful performance as it relates to Nikisha. Let us get into it.
Concerns continue to emerge surrounding media sustainability. Concerns around government advertising concentration. Some stations get more than others of the government's advertising spend. Some stations get hefty tax write-offs and others are struggling. And this raises important questions about public communication governance and the independence of media that must make you feel uncomfortable. Because across government today, communication spending has become Madam Speaker, there may I have some protection, please, from the leader of government business acting. Madam Speaker, my time.
Members,
I want
please allow
protection
the
from the
member
Deputy House Speaker
to have
Madam
her
Speaker.
presentation. What did she say?
Madam Speaker, I'm not hearing you. You can hold it for protection.
Are you standing?
Point of order.
Is there?
Right. Madam Speaker,
Standing order.
on a point of order. A very serious allegation was made by the Speaker. The Speaker said that a media house, the presenter said a media house was the beneficiary of massive write-off, tax write-off. She said a media house was the beneficiary of massive tax write-off. Madam Speaker, I would like the Speaker to be clear, since she is presenter, to establish which media house has been the beneficiary of massive tax write-offs. Because, Madam Speaker, she has come to the house and cast a cloud over the entire media in Jamaica that they are benefiting from tax write-offs from the government, and there is no fact about it, and I needed to rule.
All right. You come down, Mr. Nesta Maga, because this morning specifically me and Melting Pot come out for you. And this is it, Jamaica. As it relates to the level of criminality that Mr. Morgan in Parliament wanted to attack Nikisha Burchell from speaking the truth. Well, since Sister Burchell did not speak as it relates to the specific entity that have gotten the tax write-off, Melting Pot and myself, we are not just going to talk about it. We are going to show the entire world the evidence. And in showing the entire world the evidence, we know that you know that, of course, NNN got multiple tax write-off. We know that you know and that the government know. But what I want to show Jamaica people is the corruption that you're willing to protect and preserve the status quo of corruption. Remember, this platform is an investigative platform. We don't put out information that is not true. And we don't deal with conspiracy theory. Now, let me bring forth the evidence that NNN cannot dispute. The evidence that Nestor Morgan cannot dispute. Now, Nestor Morgan, remember, you have warned Jamaica. You, Nestor Morgan, warned Jamaica that Jamaicans are not to believe the words coming from the mouth of a politician. And there it is, right in Parliament. You had fulfilled what you said about politicians like you. And you are one of those Kanatist politicians. Unlike Nikisha Burchell, who deals with political representation, and I want people to get it, right? Get the definition, right? Intact. We have corrupted politicians like Mr. Morgan. Of course, he's right that you can't believe a word out of their mouth. And just like what he's doing, that we are going to expose him this morning, we are going to expose him with the evidence. Empirical evidence. Right? Now, let me just show you as it relates to how corrupted, right, Andrew Holness and his cabinet members and GLP member of parliament are, who decided to protect and preserve the status quo of criminality and corruption. This morning is not going to be a pretty morning. I can warn them. Now, evidence number one. Let us find the evidence and show Jamaican people. We don't play around here. Now here it is, and that's why I'm going to big it up. Here it is, customer. Nationwide News Network Limited. Here it is, people. That's why I'm going to bring it. Right? I make sure that we cross out certain information. But here's the name there. Customer Nationwide News Network. Collection in progress. Balance owed. Here it is. Here it is, people. Not telling any lie on him. $1.4 billion. And my Jamaican people, it had increased. Right? The last information that I had gotten, it is now $1.5 something billion. And here it is, people, right? Here in details, can't hide, right? Here's the total down here again, $1.4 billion. So when we have this evidence, why did you get up? And what are you defending? Talk to me. Now make it stay up there. Now I wonder if we can expand it more so that the people can see clearly. More the people can see clearly. You know. Let me expand it some more. See that? Customer, Nationwide News Network, Limited, balance, $1.4 billion. And see your TRN number here. Me I put you out this morning. Me they put you out this morning. Because you don't want to make it look like so well, all right. Sister Nikisha Burchell is a bagamout. And is a eerie say she a run. Or she a run a patty shop business. I am telling you, as it relates to Nikisha Burchell articulation, extremely excellent. Let me put that away and stop sharing. That's why we come out for you this morning to expose you. Now to show you, Nesta Morgan, that you are indeed a liar than a propaganda. We remember that you told lie on Ratigan. You came out on your podcast and you told big lie on Ratigan that he was kicked out of the FBI and all of that, and you put that poison out in the air. And guess what? Ratigan sued you. And you are going to get many more lawsuits, you know. You are going to get many more lawsuits. Ratigan sued you. And you know much time you try to call him and apologize and beg him not to pursue, apologizing that you were wrong. You did not do your research, and you admitted that you are a liar and crawling on your knees, for Ratigan not to execute the full punishment on you. You remember that? So let me remind you again. The next time you hype up yourself, in Parliament, the next time you do that in Parliament, right, I am going to whisper a little thing to Ratigan. Let me leave you with that. Let me stop sharing this. Right? Because we don't play around here. Now, as I said, we don't play around here. We have evidence. So when you hype up yourself in Parliament, we know how to cool you down. Yes. Since you are the fire, we are the fireman. And since you are the disease, me and Melting Pot are your cure. Let me bring in Melting Pot. Yes, Pot.
Thank you, Mr. Byron. You know, very interesting topic to kick off the day show on. Because, I mean, you know, I've seen Miss Nikisha Burchell, you know, as a very young, bright, vibrant member of Parliament who exude confidence in the House of Representatives and is not afraid to put across her message. You understand? And if you know she was on the right track, and what they do, they try to derail our presentation with a lot of commotion and discombobulation, you know, trying to upset our flow. Yeah, but she was on point because, I mean, I don't know why Nesta Morgan, aka Bug Life, would want to challenge Nikisha Burchell and the subject matter as it relates to media house in Jamaica being protected. Not only owing a vast amount in tax, but receiving several write-offs to the tune of 10. That's no secret. So, I mean, for Bug Life really come, you know, opening mouth in a Parliament and trying to redact the statement what Nikisha Burchell put out there. You know, it's dumbfounded. You know, and I mean, we know that him always say, do not believe the word of a politician. We know that from long time. He's a politician, so we know him like to tell lie, and him like to tell lie. Yeah. Because that morning when him get him lawsuit from Rattigan, you know. A 2 bird leg must come through the grill, you know, come collect the lawsuit, you know. 2 bird leg in a charts. You know, so this guy and him brother two of a kind, but in a opposite statue. You understand? One big and bloated and one thin and skinny. Yeah, them a problem, you know, because them come through the Atra Big Mama. Yeah, and it's be a lie. Them practice round this and propaganda. So we can't expect nothing better from Nasi Bug Life. Yeah. And we know say several media houses get protection in Jamaica because all of them work for the GLP. And a secret, them don't work for the people, them work for a party, yeah, and them exclude the opposition. We know that. So the fact of the matter that these subject matter need to be highlighted and discussed in Parliament because you know you can't have an entity, yeah, that we know get a vast amount of money from half of the Prime Minister desk, that 12.02 billion, and get that to promote. This is your Prime Minister time slot. That is something that GIS should have gotten. They're free to your service. Don't need to pay for that. But because of the corruption and the mafia scheme where Andrea running at Jamaica, because we know NNN belongs to Andrea and the JLP, you know. People don't need to know that, you know. Big Mama just a face card there, so. Because Andrea like to stick up the joker them all over the place, you know. Yeah, man, him like to stick up some joker all over the place. Big Mama now have nothing to do with NNN more than what you see him doing, you know, spread propaganda and lie. Yeah, him no want nothing Andrew and the JLP them own it. Remember all favor will have sharing it, you know. Yeah. That Jamaica Labour Party conglomerate entity. So, you know, with them work on behalf of the party of the day. Yeah. So we know Bug Life come through that grapevine and is a liar by distinction. Yeah. So big up to Nikisha Burchell for her performance, very strong, and she deliver her thing them pan point, and she not play thing and not skin up thing with them boy over there so. Cause be a criminal dep on the other side, you know. Yeah, when me look for Miss Nikisha Burchell, we see a young, vibrant member of parliament that can serve Jamaica well for a mighty long time. Yeah, and that's what we want. Young mind, brilliant minded, with enthusiasm for the job. And she, you know, is a true exponent of that. But we have to get to the bottom of the root of this 1.5 billion where that entity owe and still operate. Yeah, I call out to Mr. Cardell Green long time enough to close down that entity based on some slack media work that was coming out of that entity, you know, attacking people and telling lie and carrying out a lot of mischief making in society, shooting up car from property and all type of thing. And, you know, it's just bad for the media fraternity. So, you know, something has to be done where that is concerned. But I just want to say to Nestor Morgan, you need to come good when you come up against a Nikisha Burchell. And I hand back the floor to you, Sir Lord Byron.
Wonderfully stated, Brother Melting Pot. Now, Jamaica, as we said, we are building up the chronological sequence and building up the momentum with that. And so then, to each subject matter that we touch, we are putting a higher pressure. Now, we are on this subject matter as it relates to blaming bureaucracy. And where if Jamaica did not know or notice what Andrew Holness had done to the fact that he knew that his situation as it relates to the hurricane relief aid was under investigation by the Auditor General. I want Jamaica to listen to me because I am coming out for the Morgans, the Draws Davis, right? The Cliff Hughes who tried to spin this. And because they knew what the Auditor General was going to discover, that this wicked vampire had collected billions of dollars, but wanted to steal it. A lot of people don't like when I speak that. The intention is to steal it. The intention is to suffer the Jamaican people, particularly those who had been impacted by Hurricane Melissa. The Auditor General had exposed Count Dracula himself, which I have been tracking Count Dracula for a couple of years now. And I know everything about Count Dracula. And I have been telling, before the Auditor General came out with what she came out with, that Andrew Holness wanted to steal the hurricane relief money. And we have seen signs of that, and we have spoken of that. And so now to the fact that, of course, the Auditor General, right, had been investigating, they know that the result was going to come out anyway. So they came out before the Auditor General, right, speaking about bureaucracy and saying that, okay, as a result of bureaucracy, they cannot get to do what needs to be done. And they came up with NARA, that we need to have NARA so that NARA can fast track, right, persons who need to be benefited as a result of the hurricane relief. But yet, NARA doesn't have nothing in policy pertaining to assist persons as it relates to the hurricane relief. Nothing in the policy. Is to show you the level of criminality with Andrew Holness. And so then, he came out before the report came out, and that's why this morning, right, I am going to burst your bubbles. But not only that they sold that to the public. Now that the report came out, you have persons who are now trying to spin it, because guess what? Andrew Holness' hands are caught in the cookie jars. Both hands are caught red-handed in the cookie jar. Now that the people, and for many of those who did not believe, are now saying, what can be the possible explanation for all the monies that you have collected? And you hold on onto it. And you make the people suffer from October 28th until now, going 7 months. You have suffered the people. But what many people don't know, let me come to realization. And let me put it to you as it relates to your critical thinking, to your cranium. The reason for Andrew Holness to be behaving like this is not a surprise, because I am investigating him and tracking him. Andrew Holness, let me tell Jamaica people this, has no love for Jamaicans, particularly the electorate. Why am I saying this? Andrew Holness and several of them in the Jamaica Labour Party know very well that the electorate did not vote them into power. Where am I going this morning? And of course, we are going to prove it. Andrew Holness knew. He knows. And so then what Andrew Holness is doing, if the people don't realize, is bringing out what we call a political vendetta. He's a narcissist. The vengeance, the grief, because he knows that he's a pretender. And he knows that the electorate did not vote for him. Point to prove. Andrew Holness is battling for his own seat. Another point to prove. If Andrew Holness was loved by the people, he wouldn't be in the position in fighting through the court as it relates to Paul Buchanan winning that seat. When you look at our political leaders who venture into the political space, they did not have that problem. People think in terms of what I'm saying. They didn't. Edward Seaga had won his seat convincingly. Bruce Golding had won his seat convincingly. Portia Simpson had won her seat convincingly. Michael Manley had won his seat convincingly. What is the difference with Andrew Holness? He had lost his seat and was held and anchored by criminality as it relates to the Pegasus. So then while we see the Auditor General came out with this report and the millions of dollars being held back, is not any bureaucracy. No, it's deliberate. And so he said that Jamaica doesn't need to get a push and help with resilience. Me, they go put them in a container house because a container them deserve. This is what Andrew Holness is saying. Yes, they did not vote for me. And we know that. They did not vote for us. We have to do what we have to do to be here. And they all know. So then who cares about giving them and making them resilient and helping them? No, not me. Because they did not. They did not vote for me. And so then the pressure, the vengeance, the political hatred, the Auditor General had exposed him. So then let us look, and this is how Melting Pot and myself, we are going to catch him redundant again this morning. Look on our presentation. I am going to kill the narrative as it relates to bureaucracy. You understand, as to why he cannot do this and cannot do that. Live from the pit of hell. Andrew Holness and his cabinet, they are carrying out a vengeance to the Jamaican people. Because really and truly, they know that the Jamaican people want to see him in prison. And we are not going to stop. Even when the DPP is in his pocket, even when the Commissioner of Police is in his pocket, we are not going to stop. So let me prove the evidence and cramp the narrative as it relates to his so-called bureaucracy. And as such as the bureaucracy is creating NARA, we are going to crush it this morning. Let us go to evidence, right? And listen to this. We are going to take it through a chronological sequence for the best mind, the best critical thinkers to look at this. Right? To look at what we are presenting here this morning. Now let me just find this clip again. You know, I told Melting Pot that sometime when I arrange my stuff, right, you know, things being, you know, being accessed. But nevertheless, I want for Jamaica to listen to Andrew Holness claiming bureaucracy to the fact that He knew very well that the Auditor General report is coming out. Is going to come out and going to highlight the corruption of what he is doing. And so then he's coming out before that report. Listen to him.
Intends to reform the bureaucracy. The public bureaucracy is a constraint on the growth of the country, as it is now. Jamaica is progressing in phases. Make no mistake about it. We have had significant achievements in managing our fiscal affairs. We have had significant achievements in strengthening institutions, particularly our anti-corruption and oversight institutions. No doubt, and we need to continue doing that.
Jamaica, you know, everything that he's saying there, you and I know that he's a liar. Andrew Wallace is doing everything to strengthen the anti-corruption system. When he triggered Section 53, subsection 3, the muzzle clause, to muzzle the Integrity Commission investigators. Now listen to what this man is saying to us. When he made an application to the court to throw out the Illicit Enrichment Act under the Corruption Act, this is what this man is doing. And here he is telling us that he's doing everything to strengthen the anti-corruption system. Now let me tell you this, Jamaica. He knows that the Integrity Commission investigators are skeleton staff. He knows that they are skeleton staff. Is he giving them assistance in terms of employing more people over there? No, because he knows that they are investigating him. And here he is with his dry-eye lie, the bare-faced wickedness of this man. The vampire, the Dracula sucking the blood of the poor, coming to say to us, he's strengthening the anti-corruption system. Let us listen to him again, Jamaica. This morning, we are going to put him to pieces. Listen to him again.
Institutions, particularly our anti-corruption and oversight institutions. No doubt, and we need to continue doing that. The next phase now is to make the institutions that we have created, make them work. If you look on Jamaica on paper, all institutions we have and all the positions we have of oversight and accountability and all the lovely executive positions we have, we should produce more. If you compare Jamaica to any modern society, we have almost all institutional framework in place. Yet our...
Okay, stop right there. This man is admitting to the country that his administration is a failure. He came out with 5 and 4. That failed. He came out with job creation and economic growth. That failed. He promised the people that his first 100 days in Parliament, he was going to do this, he was going to do that. That failed. And now he's coming to Nara, rebranding his failure upon failure upon failure, covering his wrongdoings. This man is the chronicle of evil. Now hear him out.
Our GDP is about 20 to 21 billion US dollars. Singapore is heading to almost $1 trillion. We are many times the size of Singapore in terms of land.
Now, Mr. Prime Minister, since you are on that topic, and I'm glad you are telling the people that the economy is not growing, but at the same time you have your demons over PIOJ, the Planning Institute of Jamaica, telling him to tell the people them that poverty reduced from 18% to 7%. Aye, we catch you now. We caught you now. What is it that you are saying to us now? That the economy is not growing. We catch you now. But you said, but let me ask you a question. In spite of all countries in the Caribbean, and let me say this, Jamaican people, Melting Pot and I were having the conversation yesterday. And Melting Pot said, let me tell you what Melting Pot said, people. Melting Pot said, Mystic, in spite of all the Caribbean leaders in the country, in the Caribbean, who are performing and their economy is doing solid, the Cayman, the Barbadian, Trinidad and Tobago, you name it. They are performing, but yet they have not getting the pay increase like Andrew Holness, who fail, continue to fail, and fail again. And after several failures, what he had done? Had given himself increase. Jamaica people, other Caribbean leaders where their economy far advanced than us, not getting the pay as what Andrew Holness and his cabinet, the Alibaba and the 40 thieves are getting. So let us ask a question here. This is a question that needs to ask. Why are we paying him this increase for failing? And persons in the Caribbean who are performing and growing their economy, they have not received any increase. This is what we need to answer. This man is a criminal. This man is a thief. This man is a pirate. And this man is a scammer. He's only a scammer that is going to be a part of Olint and set himself at the hierarchy of Olint to rob investors. And after rob the investors in Olint, he did not stop there because blood started to drip through his canine. He want more blood. He Ponzi scheme hopping to Cash Plus. And again, suck the blood of investors. Of course, it enhancing the narcissist, the Dracula did not stop there. Move on to SSL and create this series of havoc, sucking the blood of investors, sucking the blood of the poor. This here in front of us is indeed a criminal, and yet sending out members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force who drink the bitter medicine and sold their soul to the devil Andrew Holness to go out and kill innocent Jamaican people. While he, none of those he killed has ever taken $470 million running through NCB. Not one. None of those who he killed did not collect $1.4 billion and only decide to dish out $26 million. None of those that he killed had done the country the level and the serious harm that this man has done. Even Hurricane Beryl and Melissa has not done the damage as what Andrew Holness administration had done. Over $3 trillion unaccounted for. Any Jamaican who know all of these things and support this man, they themselves are criminals. Let me move him in front of me. But I am going to show him that his bureaucracy argument will not survive by Melting Pot and myself this morning. We are going to mash them. Now, since you talk about bureaucracy, that bureaucracy is hindering you. This is why we are going to bring the facts now to the people, for the people to look. That bureaucracy has nothing to do with that. You are at the helm of the bureaucracy. And we are going to show Jamaican people how you use the bureaucracy conveniently as it relates to your evil. Now, I'm going to show you something, Jamaica, and ask the question, why the bureaucracy? If the bureaucracy was an hindrance, why the bureaucracy did not stop this, as what I'm going to show you. Let us look. Let us look. Right? Let us look at this. We want to know why the bureaucracy did not stop this. Talk to me, people. Cabinet approves US 150 million loans to JPS to speed up restoration effort. Here it is. To speed up. The operative word that we need to take in this is the word speed up. So this is telling you that there's no bureaucracy could stop this. Andrew Holness manipulate. Darren Vaz manipulate the bureaucracy to their convenience. So this is away from bureaucracy. Because of course, this use what we call emergency procurement. And this is what we are saying. For persons who are impacted by the hurricane and need to be resilient and need to be put back into their shelters, why don't use the same method that you use for JPS, emergency procurement? Why? Why don't use? And as a matter of fact, we are talking about people who give you assistance and aid, which doesn't need to go through the system. So then, no bureaucracy should be able to stop that. Those are aid that people give you for the Jamaican who impacted. But here it is. Tell me, did the bureaucracy work in this? Here it is. Cabinet has approved US 150 million loan to the Jamaican Public Service to facilitate restoration efforts without extending the current existing license, which expires in 2027. Let me just take that away. Evidence number one to show Jamaica that this has nothing to do with bureaucracy is to the fact that you know that the Auditor General is investigating, and you know that the Auditor General report is going to come out, and you know that the Auditor General is going to find out. So you come out with bureaucracy ahead of the Auditor General report and have your spin doctors spinning their way. Right? That is what you have. This is what you come out before. Right? To show you the level of criminality, because you say you are what you call a chess player. But let me tell you something. Mystic Sensation and Melting Pot, we are master players. And so then you coming out before the report to cover your wrongdoings and have your surrogates spin for you. You understand? Talking about bureaucracy and that NARA will help speed up, while NARA has no policy to help those who impacted. So make it make sense, Prime Minister. Make it make sense to us.
New audit has revealed troubling gaps in Jamaica's hurricane relief management. This as it found despite billions of dollars in donation after Hurricane Melissa, only a fraction has.
This is what you try to come out before the report come out. And let me ask Darrell Vaz, what is your plan, Darrell Vaz, that you are going to come out with? Because you know that the Auditor General is investigating the boss. And after that investigation come out, Mocha, right, need to charge you. Because I know Jamaica that the Auditor General is going to discover for us all that 110 school buses are not here. Bang around when that come. Bang around when that come. So yes, Andrew Honest, we see you moving on your chess table, playing chess, coming out before the Auditor General report come out, because you know the report is going to expose that you collected $1.4 billion with the intent to steal. But they find you. Let us hear it.
Been spent, sending red flags over how the funds are being managed.
The latest Auditor General's report has found that of the $1.44 billion donated for Hurricane Melissa relief, only 1.8% or $26 million has so far been spent. That money, it says, went solely to roofing materials. Meanwhile, leftover funds from Hurricane Beryl of over 138.8 million Jamaican dollars and 100,000 US dollars remain untouched. The report notes that the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, had no expenditure plan, leaving aid idle while citizens waited for relief. The audit also revealed that millions were withheld by a financial services institution, some 15.7 million Jamaican dollars and nearly 300,000 US dollars. There was no formal contract. Transfers were delayed and the Auditor General could not confirm if the money ever reached ODPEM's accounts. This, as the report reminds, that the audit is one aimed at retaining transparency in the use of the funds and ensuring accountability as the government embarks on several projects under the recently passed NARA. But there was more. The roof restoration program also came under fire. The report notes that $34 million in roofing materials has been delivered without signed receipts. It found that payment records for contracts worth over $100 million were missing. This, as ODPEM says, 421 roofs were repaired, but auditors found no clear beneficiary verification and no completion reports. Also under the microscope, the National Disaster Fund. The audit concluded that the NDF, Jamaica's safety net, is not compliant with the law. It shared the fund had no designated bank account. As such, the report continued, the funds are mixed with other projects. Additionally, it notes required annual reports and statements of accounts have not been prepared from as far back as 2018. As of February, the fund held $163 million in cash and $293 million in investments. Despite this, the Auditor General says oversight remains weak. The Auditor General concluded that weaknesses in financial management and governance threaten Jamaica's disaster response. The report urges ODPEM to act immediately with a clear expenditure plan, a dedicated account for the disaster fund, and formal agreements with partners. Without swift reforms, the Auditor General notes donor trust and public confidence could erode, leaving Jamaica vulnerable when next a storm hits.
There you go. When next a storm hit on Jamaica, let me show you the level of criminality. You know who tried to come out and spin this? That after the Prime Minister hands caught in the cookie jar, you know who tried to come out and spin this? Draws Davis. To say, oh, you see, that is one of the reasons why NARA needed. Then how that argument is going to be tangible when NARA doesn't have one policy as it relates to giving any assistance to those who were impacted, right, by Hurricane Melissa. How could that argument ever make sense? NARA doesn't have one policy that deals with that. And as a matter of fact, the roof program policy that will assist the money had run out. So where Draws Davis is going with this explanation, but while he's admitting that really and truly $1.4 billion and only $26 million paid out. He knows, Draws Davis knows that it is criminality, it is cruelty. But can he say it? Can he say it? No, he's looking at Senate seat to mingle more in the corruption. So what Draws Davis had done? Try reverse psychology and psychology in reverse. To the fact that they caught Andrew Wallace red-handed with his hands in the cookie jar. Try to spin it to say that is the reason why NARA is needed. Jamaica people, listen to this. Listen to this despicable piece of, let me just ease back here. Listen to this, Jamaica people. Listen to this here. Unbelievable. Okay. All right. Again, this is what I tell Melting Pot. People accessing my phone. Hold on. But we come equipped. Since you blocked me there, yeah, I am going to deal with you. You know the Pegasus, what they work, we are going to deal with you. It's a matter of time. So let me just play it for the people here. Because you think you can spoil my show this morning. You can spoil Mystic Sensation show, because we're well equipped. Right? We will equip. So listen to this, Jamaica.
Entirely, it is unacceptable.
Hold on, let me get it here. Because them block me from there, so. Right? You don't want the pressure, man. Ah, boy, the pressure turn up. Let me find it for the people then. So listen to Draws Davis, Jamaican people, because them block me from there, so.
And 3 years from now, having discussion after discussion talking about how the Hurricane Melissa rebuilding and recovery effort did not even get off the ground properly because of delays in project implementation and the billions of dollars that we got from foreign and from benevolent Jamaicans concerned about their brothers and sisters. The billions that we collected remain unspent. And for some people, it may benefit them for that to be the reality. But for those who need the assistance, yes, they want a reality where there is a structure created that get the monies spent, get the rules under this new structure, have those rules recognized, have those rules applied, ensure that the money can't thief, that nobody gets rich of this NARA activity because of their pilfering of public funds. That's what we want. Because make no mistake, the status quo that exists can't deliver what the people in Western Jamaica want. It cannot deliver what the country needs at this time. NARA is necessary. And what I take from much of the opposition to NARA so far is that NARA can be better. A lot of what has been said has been listened to. Some changes have been made, and I think NARA is fit for purpose. But if you doubt me, the time won't allow to go into it in detail. But just look at this audit report into the real-time audit of the Hurricane Melissa.
Go to the pit of hell, you Draws Davis. Go to the pit of hell. Knowing to the fact what Andrew Holness had done for over the years, stealing, scamming, the level of corruption. NARA bill as it is seeking for Andrew Holness to have the ultimate power. So he can continue to do all of this without checks and balance and continue to rob. What happened to the rest of money as it relates to the 1.4 billion that you had collected, right, for aid, and you only spent $26 million? What happened to that money? What happened to the rest of the money? No, you're going to tell me that the time when you relieved $26 million to spend, why didn't you just release all of it in one do? I know you're talking about bureaucracy. The time when you took to release that $26 million, why didn't you take that very same time to release all of it? We caught you with your hands in the cookie jar. And here is Draws Davis. Although he's admitting that it shouldn't be that people are going to enrich themselves from it. Draws Davis know that you are enriching yourself from it. But he doesn't have the gall to say it because he's looking at Senate seat. And here it is that he wants, even although Draws Davis know the level of criminality and the corruption and know that there is no justification for Andrew Holness administration to collect over $1.8 billion. As a matter of fact, if the Auditor General did not come out and tell us that they collected $1.4 billion, Andrew Holness would have said that it was only $26 million being collected and the $26 million being used, just as what he's saying, that the roof money is finished. So to the fact that the Auditor General came out and exposed him, it looks so bad, so terrible. His hands caught in the cookie jar. Well, Jamaica. This is the reason why the opposition is saying no. And Christopher Tufton using psychology in reverse, that we are living in a state of mistrust. But let us ask the question. Who caused the mistrust? So Christopher Tufton stood up in Parliament. Yes, we are living in a state of mistrust. And as a result of that, it is impacting NARA. The state of mistrust. Who causes it? Andrew Holness and you, Christopher Tufton. Your ministry cannot give an account for over $800 billion spent. Let me hear back and bring in Melting Pot. But
yes, sir, Byron. Well, we're up against a 3-card guy, in Andrew Holness, yeah? And, we find him to be very amusing with them lies. You understand? Because it not really resonate to we, because we know him a lie. Now, first of all, Jamaica has always had bureaucracy in place at all times to deal with money management as it relates to the ministry them, yeah? But if we look, further afield, what Andrew do, Andrew create a cabinet secretary in Arjutsuel, where she control all the permanent secretary them, And that is why there is no, thing in place as it relates to procurement guideline being, put across the ministry them for accountability. Remember them do not auditing for 11 years, And that was designed by design, you understand? To muddy the water. So we know bureaucracy not in that nothing in Jamaica. Because we see when time them want to run money, there's no problem. 1.4 billion did run. Yeah, and we call that direct procurement in regards to that. Yeah. We know the emergency procurement, yeah, resonate around the GPS and the 150 million. Yeah. But we don't have nothing as intended procurement. You understand? Contract. Nothing not tender, you know. You notice there's no bidder for none of the contract them were supposed to run that way. So them set the thing how them want to set it. Yeah, because it's just a system in place to rob the money at all time. Yeah. And that is why Naira cannot be the vehicle for the money, hurricane relief money. Yeah, because we know when Naira designed for doing it. Yeah, and no matter who them send out come speak on behalf of the government. Because even Draws Davis, we don't know him talk on it in that regard, because I'm no government official. We talk about Naira in that regard. He's a journalist. Yeah. And if him not say the right thing, you're not supposed to say nothing. You can't just come back and do this. Because everybody know you don't go back and do this and Naira. But we don't need Naira around here. Yeah, we don't. Because we know what Naira designed to do. Because I hear them keep brandishing 1.4 billion, but them not stating whether Jamaican or US. You know what kind of money them a quote? What kind of money them a quote, Sir Byron? The 1.4 billion where them say come in a relief to ADPEM. Where them a quote it? Jamaican? I can't be Jamaican.
No, that is in Jamaica. The 1.4 billion is Jamaican being collected.
Lie them a lie, man. Lie them a lie. You want me to tell them the people them again? All of the money where them collect.
No, yeah. Melting pot, that is the Auditor General investigation. 1.4 billion is the Auditor General investigation.
Oh, investigating 1.4 billion where them say them get?
Yes.
But I know that them get Byron, and that me talk about the Auditor General. I go investigate that, you know, because that them put forward in front of her. But I know that them get Byron. We have the money where them get, you know. I mean, just I put it in a Jamaican where it turned out to be in a Jamaican currency. 200 billion, 8 million, 80,032 Jamaican dollars, and that them get. So them need to know them talk about the 1.4 billion where them put in front
of basically, well, make it clear for the people them Melting Pot. Basically, you are saying that the Auditor General came to that that figure based on documentation that she had in her access. That is what you are saying. But for those that she has not as in her access, right? Hold on the Melting Pot. Let me take the call here. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation live. Please go ahead. Hello.
Is Byron?
Yes, Byron speaking.
Yeah, West Clayton.
Yes.
I've been trying to reach you for about.
All right, you're on a live show. You want to speak to us because you're on live.
Well, no, I can't write to it because I'm sick.
Okay, all right. Call me off the air.
To reach me.
When I'm off the air.
Please, listen, please.
Yes.
704-309-4101. I can write you.
Okay, now hold on. Repeat that number. You said 704-309 4101. And you want me to call you after the show?
Anytime you have any time.
Okay.
You have to talk to me because I'm sick.
Okay.
But I tell you why I'm on what to talk about. Okay?
Okay, yes. I will give you a call after the show. All right?
Please do. It's very, very important.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome, sir. Yes, my temper, go ahead.
Yeah, those figures that them quote the Auditor General completely false. Yeah, not in keeping. Because remember, you know, them have 17,000 donation. Yeah. And I go and list them. In Jamaica, and them get 69,790,904.
Hold on a minute, Timbad. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Mahan. Hi, Melting Pot. Hi, everybody. This is
Hello.
the hardest person to get.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry about that.
You off the air. I have been trying to reach you off the air. You are the most difficult person to get. You come like you're the Prime Minister.
Oh.
Can hardly reach you.
All right. I'm sorry about that.
You know, one of my concerns is what is really going on in the compound? Because they're supposed to be having something regarding the election for tomorrow, and there is I think an injunction that is filed in the court to stop it or something, to stop Chief Curry.
Wow.
Have you heard anything regarding that as yet? It's going on now.
Okay, well, it is the first time I'm hearing about it. So I'm glad how you bring it up. Yeah. So I have to do some research, some quick research, and probably speak on it tomorrow.
Yeah, there's something going on in the compound. The Prime Minister is trying to get involved in the Maroons elect. I mean, I guess they want all the minerals and everything.
Yes.
In their compound, Mystic.
Yes, and they wanted Curry out, right? So I would presume, even not being aware of the situation as yet, I can presume that the Prime Minister is galvanizing against Curry, because Curry is standing up and defending what needs to be defended.
This other chief guy that was there, I think he was there before.
Yes.
I think he's the one that filed the injunction in court.
Yes.
But I mean, what are we? What is Jamaica ever? You know, I kind of. The PNP, the People's National Party, need to do something right now, Byron. I know you have been saying that they are doing a good work. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. But more needs to be done. The people need to be galvanized. The people, we just can't sit. All we're doing is talking, Byron.
Well, you mentioned
coming on and talking. Is that going to change anything?
All right, let me say this. You mentioned one thing which is extremely important. And let me just speak to you, so, you know, in terms of understanding and clarity, right? Remember that we have a DPP, we have Commissioner of Police, and apart from the DPP and Commissioner of Police, we have different sections of the police force, you understand, can deal with certain things. They are deadlocked. So then, having the situation as it is, defining a kleptocratic government, the people have to take the bull by the horn. Not only just the opposition. Yes, the opposition, you understand, is speaking out. The opposition is doing what needs to be done. But also, the most important thing is that if the people galvanize and get out there, then it is the last day for Andrew Ones. But my sister, it is the people to galvanize, and this is why we are educating.
I think the people have lost their strength. I mean, I think they have gone through so much, and the last hurricane, the last one that we had, Melissa,
yes,
has probably brought the people to a breaking point where there is no more Nanny of the Maroon. There is no more Marcus Mosiah Garvey. There is no more Martin Luther King. We don't have those.
All right, my sister. All right, hold on, my sister.
Anymore.
All right, hold on, my sister. Listen. I want you to listen to your brother now. Listen to your brother. We still have those nannies out there. And I'm talking to Jamaica. We still have those Marcus Garvey. We still have all of those people who are willing to stand up and fight in a time like this.
So what is causing us to move? Even this recent thing by the Auditor General. What is causing us, even this with the 1.44, that amount of money, and he only spent 20%, and there's no outrage?
Well, let me say this, Jamaica.
Any other country, any other country, Mystic, you know, people will be out on the road already.
That is true. That is true. And I am saying, right, that you still have those people there. This is the reason for Melting Pot, myself, Rattigan, Lonesome, right, a Portland Spice, right, a Andre Stevenson, right, name all of them who you can name, Perry, right, all of us who are in this space. We are not going to stop from educate, and we are not going to be daunted, right? We are going to be here. We are going to try to mobilize, to educate. Look, people are getting on. Let me tell you something in terms of the confidence, in terms of what I know. The message that we have been here preaching, we have seen fruitfulness because Andrew Holness did not win the election. That is the first thing. Andrew Holness is now battling court for his own seat, right? So all of these signs telling me that, of course, we can't stop. We can never, ever believe that, okay, nothing, we can't do nothing. The time we're going to believe that we cannot do anything, that is the time when we fail. But I'm telling you, my sister, that guess what? We are going to be victorious. We are going to be continuing this pace. They want us to stop.
Focus for our people. I'm telling you, my heart is bleeding because when I think about it, Mystic, people are out in the elements still.
Yes.
And so much money.
Sister.
And you are telling me, okay, this is what I want to ask you.
Yes.
It has been said that the finance minister did not sign off on whatever they need to sign off. But how did they access the 20% if she didn't sign off for them to access the entire money? How did they even access 20%?
Very good question. And that is what I said earlier, that the time and the space that you took, you understand, to sign off on the $26 million, you could utilize the very same time and space to sign off the $1.4 billion. No, but let me say, okay, all right.
And you see that guy Marlon Morgan.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Don't speak of him, sister. He's a distractor. He's a garbage. Don't speak of him.
You're coming out to spin the gig now because he's caught. He's caught in the web, and you're coming out to spin this thing.
We are here for them.
That is the reason why we need Nara. This is the reason why we need Nara. Can you imagine that, Mystic?
Can you imagine?
This is the reason why we need Nara.
Crazy. All right, sister.
And even nationwide, even Chris Hughes, I heard him said it too.
Yeah, but that's why we are here in this space, sister. That's why we are here in this space. That's when we are talking to you, right, and talking to many more. We don't talk and we don't have the evidence to show.
Oh my God,
we don't do that.
I'm telling you, Mystic, I can't. My heart bleed. I'm telling you, it's like a woman that is travailing in my very bottom. When I think about how people cannot even get access to good medical, and they're talking about when PNP was in power. Mystic, I can remember.
Yes.
I can remember back in the days when the PNP was in power. You could go down to Kingston Public Hospital and get your medication.
Oh yes, of course.
Your ultrasound, get things done.
Of course.
You could get those things down there. No, they're telling you you can't get those things in the hospital. They outsource these things.
Yes, criminals. And let me say,
how are they going to compare the PNP with the JLP?
Cannot be compared. Cannot be compared.
When PNP was in power, we could actually be comforted that when your NHD contribution is taken out, you could look forward to say, someday I can go to NHD and I can access this amount of contribution to get a house.
Yes.
You could look forward to that.
Yes.
You can't look forward to that anymore.
We have criminals on our heels. And this is the reason, sister, right, when you speak, because guess what? Voices like yours, right, telling me and Melting Pot that we need to fight and fight and fight and never give up. My sister,
God,
let me say this to you.
I want to give God thanks for your team and bless up your wife, bless up yourself, Melting Pot, and all the others that are really fighting despite,
yes.
you know, for a better Jamaica. I just want to thank you guys.
Thank you
Mr.
very
I'm
much.
gonna hang up and listen.
All right, love you very much. Thank you. These are the calls that inspired likes like a melting pot. The call that inspired likes like a mystic sensation, a reggae up scene, right? You name it, we are here. Hold on, let me take Sister Winnie call. My Sister Winnie, nice to hear your voice, my sister. I was calling you yesterday, but unfortunately I didn't get through.
Hello, sir. Yeah, that time I was sleeping.
Oh, yes.
Up to this program, call me. It's very urgent. I would like to talk to you about something.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Now listen. The lady that talked, we only need 1 or 2 people to try and bring in a demonstration, you know. You cannot expect Mr. Mark Holding alone to do it. He tried his best.
Yes.
Lady, call a demonstration like Marvin was trying to call one and he was warned he have to cancel it. Okay, you know Marvin, yes?
Yes, Marvin Hedgar. Yes, we know Marvin.
Yes. He tried to call for a demonstration. It was going to go ahead. He get a call.
Yes.
To get it. Understand? Now, this is why the Prime Minister in the compound said it's not going to go not his way. Call an injunction. So the buffoon we have, the 2 men, they went and get an injunction the same day.
Mm-hmm.
But how can owners go down to the compound and decide what he wants down there? The only thing owners want is the oil. It's billions of oil down there, you know.
He wants to invite crony capitalists to damage our waterbed, right? To damage our water shelf. He wants to enrich themselves, right? Taking away our sovereignty.
To get what he wants. And now he's out the Korean now. He's left the Chinese and he's gone to the Korean now. So why? Korean, remember that owners, remember you only can go so far until God say enough is enough. Why are you going to the compound to destroy the oil? Trillions of oil down there, you know, and what's in the ground, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. Completely, sir. Mr. Melton Pot, good afternoon to you, sir. So that's what I see on this call. And they went, and he said, not that way. It's not going that way. That's not the way I want it. You see, the people realize only want to destroy the peaceful part of Jamaica. Only want everything to be, he got to be in control.
Mm-hmm.
The Nara, what do you think owners call about the gets now? I don't understand the Nara. Trust me, I only understand one, the name Nara. I don't understand. But if I was living in Jamaica,
yes,
maybe I would pay a little bit more interest because I will never go back to live in Jamaica.
Okay.
Never. Jamaica finished. You don't see how many people want to get out. Do you know how much people is in Barbados? Is in Jamaica?
Yes.
You have the idea, the amount of people that over here now, this is Jamaica. Mr. Martin Pot?
Hello, Sister Winnie. Hello, Sister Winnie.
Hello?
Yeah, no, he's answering you. Melton Pot is answering you, Sister Winnie.
I'm saying hello, Sister Winnie. How are you?
The fish market.
Okay.
Just about 5 minutes from where I live. And there's more Jamaican there than Jamaican in Jamaica right now. You know, I'm only putting there's so much Jamaican.
A lot of people are migrating because, you know, the economy is what it is. And so they are running away for upward mobility.
And better pay, better condition.
Exactly.
Listen to me. And the Prime Minister, my Queen of Barbados, is not stopping one from coming in. Their passport is not getting stamped.
Mm-hmm.
And they're coming in. One causes a little problem, but the 99.1, the 99 are good behaving Jamaican.
Yes.
They know they would never get a better living condition than in Barbados.
All right.
And this and Jamaica was the cream of the crop, and that big nose, pepper nose, you call that, there was a thing that people don't like. You get it in the bush to eat. People say they mustn't touch it. Eat only, you're gonna suffer.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never prayed for anything like an asking God every day, let me wake up and find that you resign. And this lady talk about demonstration. It only take one to call it demonstration and one who is not afraid of the police. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Mr. Byron, I was the wife. Say hi for me.
Okay, Sister Winnie, will do.
Yes, after you finish here.
Yes.
Please.
All right, thank you. All right, there you go. Yes, Melting Pot, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, let I just go through some numbers here that I have from a press conference, a press briefing by Alvin Gale as it relates to ADPEP. Yeah, and that was recently done. Yeah. And we know that is 17,000 persons donate to the government. Yeah. We know that they collect 69 million Jamaican dollars, 69,790,904 Jamaican dollars. Yeah. Then them get in a US 1,374,500, 374,502 US dollar. Then come back again, them get a next 880 US dollars. Yeah. That is just under a million, you know. Good, 880,000 US dollar. Good. Them come back, them get Jamaican 295,916,000. Now when you add all of that, you know, that come up to 200 billion, 8,080,032 Jamaican dollars. So them hiding the true figure from the Auditor General. So may I make the Auditor General know, say, well, look, yeah, them figures they false by a long way. Yeah. And I know I must keep repeating this 1.4 billion and, you know, using the terms reference Jamaican dollars. No. We have the figure where them get out of the 17,000 donor we donate to the system. Yeah. And it's 200 billion, 8,080,032 Jamaican dollars. And that cannot be disputed. Okay. That was what the guy gave out in the press briefing, Alvin Gale. And them need to correct that because they must swing the people, you know. This is why Andrew have the thing a draw out, yeah, and sit down on it. Yes. It move like a tartar. You understand? It now nowhere go. Because Naira cannot be the vehicle for the ADPEN money, you know. Relief fund, you know. No, Naira cannot be the vehicle for that. Yeah, because already Naira in a motion, you know. Because Naira is only in a framework state of mind right now. Yeah, and if them even want to pass it, they'll go to the court. Yeah, because there are several breaches in Naira. Yeah, and why would the guy think about Naira when he did establish a super ministry like Ministry of Job Creation and Growth? Exactly. You don't need Naira.
Doesn't make any sense.
Naira is just a duplicate and failure. And want to come fail again because why them failing now? Because them rob money, you know. Yeah. Which administration you know would have all of the ministry them are run, but no auditing not done. For 11 years. Yeah, the permanent secretary them they are working at the place. Now do them work. But yet still you have a cabinet secretary where Andrew appoint, you know. Where we know the history of the cabinet secretary, you know. That cabinet secretary is politically aligned from our father days.
Yeah, melting pot. Remember, so we are going to touch that melting pot. So don't dig deep into that because we have that in the program to touch.
So them need to know them attack, you know. Yeah. Them need to know them a deal with because right you know Too much corruption surround this guy, you know. And I buy them, you know. He use the taxpayers' money and buy the corruption people around him. The whole of the people that embrace themselves around Andrew Willis, all of them are criminal and corruption, you know. In a one, you know. Them corrupted, and them know what the guy do. Remember, the guy refused to pay the teachers them a proper salary, you know. And the doctors and nurses them, you know, and make them extradite themselves from out of the country, you know. You understand? And what you see him do? I want some judge and himself and politician a big hefty salary. And
Yes,
nearly
sir.
300.
Application live. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on, melting pot. Let me patch through the caller here. Yes, caller, go ahead. You're on Mystic Sensation Live.
So I don't really want to cut Godfather melting pot, but more add something to what I said.
Yes.
Also, more you remember to Godfather. Remember Miami basketball donate $1 million to them, and I know we don't hear nothing about that.
Oh yes, melting pot need to add that as well. That is true.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes.
Well, I don't know that's the part of the 17,000 donate, I know. Caller, they put out a number.
Hold on the caller. Melting pot is saying that the $1 million donation from the basketball team is a part of the 17,000 donors.
No, I don't know. I'm just trying to be clear to the caller. Yeah, because they don't specify anything. They just said 17,000
So you're
donors.
saying that you don't know if that situation is a part of the 17,000 then?
Right, it could be or it could not be.
Okay, all right. Okay, caller, go ahead.
It could be and it could not be, but also it was broadcasted and everybody see. You understand? So
yes,
it's a case where I'm saying that also included in it. But remember that the auditor general tell us, say, yo, because I'm missing files, she only could have do the auditing for just the 1.44 billion. So clearly that means more money is there and is not being accounted for. She can't account for it.
All right, hold on there. Hold on there. Stop right there, so Carla, because you're making a very significant point, and this is what we want to highlight. We just don't want to leave this here, because if we have more variances out there, we need to capture those variances. So melting pot, the clip there, yes, right? If you can get the clip, right, send it to me, you understand, and let me do a report around it, you understand, so we can make it reach Pamela Monroe, right? So when we finish, you understand, because we need to also, you understand, bring back that.
But what it also showing us, Godfather, is that they are repeating the same thing, just like how they change over the acronyms for each names of field. Remember,
yes,
5 and 4 field, but this field, that field, and this field, and then rename them back and come back with it. Who to tell if Nara or something with them bin did I try to use already, and then they just realize it never that work them time as them rename it and try to reconstruct it.
But job creation and economic growth, you understand, was even more powerful than Nara. If you look at the capacity as it relates to the amount of power that job creation and economic growth has, it would be more powerful than Nara. And yet that failed.
Exactly. But the point I try to make is, remember, even with this whole UWHI situation, remember them tell us that 22 file missing. 22 file get flooded out. How it get flooded out and they are not able to be seen? So as I say, because she clearly stated in her statement,
yes,
because files that cannot be found, she only can audit the 1.44 billion. I agree with Melton, but
yes, I do.
I agree with Godfather, so there is more money that
yes,
has not been spoken about,
yes,
and needs to address. I agree with him. So
yep.
we just can't say that we don't want to cut him too long, because I'm like you're in the boss burning fire.
All right, sir. So, all right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Right. And as it relates to what Melting Pot said, solid endorsement. So as what the caller said, he doesn't want to cut Melting Pot speed. Go ahead.
But Byron, remember, we go through, the terms and condition, and remember them now, perpetual inventory been done, in ADFEM,
Yes.
So that's where the gap coming up, because they hide the thing by not doing the proper inventory. So, you know, but we know the guy sit down on a mountain of money, like what Big Mama said. This time we know for real. When Big Mama did say them did broke, but this time we know him have it for real because we know it coming to him. And we don't see it reach the people them. The people them have been starved of the donation, not just the funding, but also the goods and service like the food stuff and the water and all them things and bedding and all them things that tap all, hey, them angry people them bad, you know. This government are really throw pies upon Jamaican people. I mean, I tell you, I don't know what the people them doing. The people them make them choice and them have that obligation to make them choice whenever it is needed to be made. And they made the choice. They voted against him. And because they know that he might carry out a retribution against the people of Jamaica, especially the community in a certain constituency. It is plain and obvious. Yeah. The slow nature and Holness and them administration tell you say him just a wait for the money to come in and pile up and know how to thief the money. That's why I never do nothing from the inception. That's why I'm also lethargic in even going into the era of them to have a first-hand view of how widespread the damage was and how devastating the damage is. He never do that. Days to take him while you have reporter from the US. I go through the water and the sludge and the mud them, going at the people in place, can't, you know, say Andrew until, you know, it come like when no one there and the place they dry. And when the water subside, they see him come in. This guy is a criminal and we have to move him. Without you get rid of Andrew Holness out of the political space, you know, Jamaica can't turn around, you know. And when you get rid of Andrew Holness, you have to go for the civil society people, the one them a guard railing with the corruption. You have to turn your attention to them. We have 2 DPP we're watching, you know, the 2 female, you know. Yeah, you have Paula Lowell in Strike 5, you know. And you have the beast, Claudette Thompson right now. We are corrupt the DPP office, sleeping on a pillow of corruption, not doing our work, being paid to a high level by taxpayers' money for sleeping on a pillar of corruption. She has not done anything to enhance the office and the reputation of the office. Yeah, she works than Strike 5, you know.
Yeah.
She works than Strike 5.
What is that melting pot? We just patch through the caller as them come in. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live.
Yes, my brother.
All right.
Yes, man. Peace and love, man. Melting pot.
Blessings, love. Blessings.
Bless up.
Lick the fire melting pot. Lick the fire melting pot. Mystic.
Yes.
Greetings to you and your wife and melting pot family.
Blessings.
May respect
No,
that. Respect that. Because most say something, you know, my brother. I like you know. Serious enough, Jamaican people for coffee Andrew Holness and his wife and his cronies, you know. Coffee him, you know. And take him out completely, just like when the police said, take out the young youth of Jamaica.
All right, hold on the caller, hold on there. Because we don't want it to make it look like we are threatening the Prime Minister because that is dangerous. Right? So we don't want we don't want to have the narrative that we are openly threatening the Prime Minister and encouraging people to go and take him out. You know what? We don't want to shape the narrative there, boss. Sorry, we don't want to shape the narrative there. We want a peaceful demonstration, you understand? And we have the political process that do that. You understand? So, okay. So we want to make sure that you are not saying that people need to go and, you know, do the unthinkable. You understand? So you are talking about utilizing the process of demonstration and voting. Let us get that out there clear. Okay, thank you.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Just take him out of the parliament. Take him out completely because let me say something. Without him come out, let me say this to you, Jamaica will never be the same.
You're correct.
Let me tell you, he's a poison to Jamaica. He's a poison.
A very lethal one.
Let me tell you something. The man dangerous and cancer to Jamaica.
Yes, I agree with that.
Dangerous and Melissa.
I agree with that too.
Dangerous and Melissa.
I agree with that too.
Yes, man. The man worse than Melissa. The man worse up. You know what the man do? Every year that come to Jamaica for the people and what face most disaster in the hurricane. You know what the man do? The man take away from them and got the himself. They use it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say this to you, man. That man, the worst of Melissa in Jamaica.
Wicked, cruel,
Worst of Melissa.
and evil.
Let me tell you the honest truth. Let me tell you. As from now about calling wife Melissa and calling Gilbert.
Him worse than Gilbert, man.
Yeah, man. He worse than Gilbert, of course. Gilbert can't see him.
Him worse than Gilbert.
Right now, Gilbert seems to go side Gilbert run for him because
Carla, remember now. Well on the Carla. Fame hurricane gale force wind do more damage, you know. Fame hurricane gale force wind done over $3 trillion in damages, you know.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So it's the most dangerous hurricane that ever passed through Jamaica as it relates to hurricane corruption. What the hurricane name? What the hurricane name? Hurricane corruption. Hurricane corruption.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, Juliet Wellness and Jonas corruption.
Yes.
Hurricane corruption.
Hurricane corruption.
My brother now phone up. The thing about it, everything want to put over here, they can't sell live and tell them.
No, after we don't run tabloid. We don't run tabloid. I'm gonna do conspiracy theory over here.
Oh Lord, man. What a poison and what a cancer that in Jamaica. Huh? Wow, but you know the thing about it? I'll say this to you, my brother. I am not in Jamaica. I am here in the US. But the Jamaican people sleep too much. They are sleeping.
I believe so.
They are sleeping.
Right, I believe so.
You
need to get up. You need to get up.
And go show the man seriously. Time come to move.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that. Jamaican people need to galvanize.
Yes, shut it down. Shut it down, man.
Yeah, man, I am in agreement with that. Peaceful demonstration. Peaceful demonstration.
Yes, that's how we're going to take him out. That's when he's speaking. Hey, our taxi driver, nobody can move. Nobody. If you go out and work shut down, everywhere shut down.
He would have to look. The PSOJ would have to force him out.
Of course.
The people of Jamaica, the day I am telling Jamaican, the day let me say this. Let me say this. And I have to give some respect, right? As it relates to Marvin Edgar, right? Because Marvin Edgar is a little iron out there. In spite of Marvin Edgar and myself and Melting Pot, right, don't agree with a third party. But we have to say that when you have a likes like Marvin Edgar who's going out there, right, and galvanizing, if we did have, you understand, many of the people, you understand, have the character, you understand, and the rhythm of a Marvin Edgar, believe you me, this government would have to leave. And we need Jamaica. Let me say this. Right? We need Jamaicans to be like Marvin Edgar going out there. Be like Marvin Edgar going out there with the exception of the third party narrative because we don't believe in that. Yes, Carla, go ahead.
Yes, put it this way, right? If we did have more of Marvin Edgar in Jamaica, right? You said you would have to come on long time, but another, you wouldn't win the next election. You wouldn't win this election. Trust me. Because you would have left long time.
Exactly.
You would have left long time.
I don't know. Look here. When you're talking about, hold on, Carla, let me correct you. When you're talking about the general election with Andrew Holness, because Andrew Holness don't win no general election around here. He stole the general election. So I don't want you to put no win, I name.
Yes. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
I was trying to stop you to correct myself.
Okay.
You know?
Good.
Yes. And I'm willing with it and steal it. So only
Yes.
the chance to steal it.
Exactly.
Because nobody would give him the chance. You know? But let me say something to you. As Melting Pot correctly said, right? When we take him out, we have to take out all in cronies them too. You know? Because let me say something to you. Those are the bait that bait him up. And Melting Pot, Mystic, who want to know? I would really love to know. Who are in advisor? Who they advise him? Who don't know nothing about it?
Well, Donovan Williams, well, let me put it this way. The alleged criminal, Donovan Williams, because Rosie said Donovan Williams a thief, you know. So you have Donovan Williams who they give him some advice, right? And Terry Longton, right? Those are two of his advisors that I know, right? But remember Rosie told us about Donovan Williams, and I want to ask, hold on, let me just finish this point. I want to ask Terry Longton, right? If at the time of Junior death, sir, I'm only asking you a question, not accusing you. Were you in the house at the time when Junior was killed, right? As it relates to Patrick Bailey's home, were you in the house? Me only ask you a question, you know, me not accuse you. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, I'm gonna ask you one more question. This I forgot his name, but this big man here used to be in the parliament, used to come in the parliament. You remember the man when come and say, if that's right, when he come in not drink them water, him carry one water.
Oh yes, the Integrity Commission director. What's his name again?
What happened to him?
No, remember, his tenure was up and they did not extend his tenure. And he decided that he's not going to.
Pantan,
Mr. Pantan, you're talking, Mr. Pantan.
Mr. Pantan, yes.
Yes.
Pantan.
Yeah, man, Mr. Pantan decided that he's not going to work with any farmer. He's not going to work with any criminal entity.
That's right. You know? Oh my Lord.
Take for himself.
Wow. My brother, peace and love and pick up yourself. You hear me?
Yeah, man, same to you, my brother. What good?
Yes. Melting Pot, pick up yourself, man. Please, the first.
enough respect. Enough respect, boss.
Burn it.
All right.
As usual.
Burn it.
Yes, man.
Enough respect, my brother.
All right. While Melting Pot, let me talk now. While Melting Pot is on the line for callers can call in, right? So while Melting Pot a juggle, you understand, we can call in, we will take the call, right? So please do, if you have anything to call, right? I'm just opening the floor for calling right now. While Melting Pot juggling. Melting Pot juggle.
Yeah, I want address somebody in the chat. Samuel for real. 3325. Yeah, we're not talking about a third party and we're not endorse the third party around here.
Yeah. Hold on a minute, Pat. As the call come in. Hold on.
Please.
Yes,
Yeah.
who this Sister P? What a one. Talk to us, Sister P. Talk to us. All right. You sound okay. Yeah. All right. Good now. You sound good now. Yes. Talk to us, Sister P.
Yeah. What I'm saying, I said good day to everybody and pick up and more time in the road. I do a little juggling, so
Yes.
I'm not getting time to call, but we still tune in and like up the thumbs and do what. No, because me know me I hear the topic and what go on. But me I say the Prime Minister and the whole entire cabinet come like drunkenness. The drunkard had speaking.
Yes.
Sick stomach.
Oh, I love Sister P. So.
Yeah. Because and them over nationwide. Because comes what may. Every man is a man. It doesn't matter what position you hold on earth. He's just a male or a female. and you're a human being. No, everybody just sit down and make one man, one person just have you like a gig. If they did have power, Keith Duncan, he would have dumbstruck what in the parliament. Because otherwise father fight for.
It was a big disgrace.
Stand up for her.
Big disgrace.
Bring you under post. And in my opinion, my personal opinion, I feel like the JLP party have some dirt upon him. So when they say jump, he asks, oh, I. No, if you love your father, love your parents, and your parents have made a legacy, you don't want to carry that legacy with you to your grave and pass it on to your children. Keith Duncan is despicable. He's a disgrace to your father. You and your sisters. The six stomach. And to the Morgans them. The one who love his serpent a chicken. And the one who have Magdalena shorts. Me I tell my teacher, who is Wilfred Samuel Rattigan, no surrender, no retreat. Straight ahead. We have to make example out of him. So you cannot bother about him, my teacher nothing. My teacher now surrender, we have make an example because when they don't want disrespect people, nothing know where not put. Right? And to the one Shirai Clark, where you are the acting or you deputize for the woman of the parliament of Jamaica, Moshi, for the old hooligan. Me here disrespect Mr. Ching Chai Choi away 1 year. You can't dis nobody. You know nobody about you. Nothing about you. Remember say for you, baby mother, wife or woman. Then take the mug shot for drugs. Certain party. And you one is looking at your party. Take out one clean, whether councillor or member of parliament, and give me. Take out one clean one, show me. The whole of dirty, you know want beard, you know want happy, you know want cheers, you know want everything. And the only thing you do is to thief the poor Jamaican people. But make I tell you something, Mr. Wallace. The cry of the people is upon you. And you will never, ever prosper. Your picnic shall in everlasting turmoil. You're going to have money from your floor to your ceiling, and it never help you. You're going to have money, you're going to have Lamborghini, you're going to have helicopter, all the riches of this world you're going to have, sir. But it's not going to help you. You're going to know what you know what before you dead. You are going to suffer. And to you, Mr. Commissioner of Police, all your apartheid. Me no say if bad man out there shoot up a man, you have to take him out. But we are not going to eliminate people picnic. When a mother tired belly and ball, you are going to suffer. But it's a good time. And if you know, little hungry belly labor right. Me tired if you know beg me. A diaspora people help me. When me there, me lowest. Diaspora people help me. Me no want no beg me not. Me no have nothing. A diaspora people help me. Me no work. I me no get nothing. I me work hard. You understand? House that come off in a burial. Me lose me have there nothing. Melissa whether worse. But God bless every diaspora who think of me. Make me can sleep comfortable. Continue to do the way I do mistake at everybody. God bless you. Big up Andre, Stefano, Steven. Big up the Hana Uno. Right? And God bless you. I am a different person. I'm a more happier woman today as I speak. Because I get a help from the diaspora. Big up Mr. Rattigan. Right? Big up everybody who donate to me, who assist me to come up back. Okay? So,
all right.
Yes, there's a vice note that Andre students play where the opponent man to Curry say him and the Prime Minister. Now, so Mr. Onis, why you've left Jamaica business to look about and gone in a comfort place? Eh? And you said there is no sovereignty. Now the people them fight out there, so we have go down the faster. They tell me say a compound the AH paper too. Are you will father will have a compound down there? No other Prime Minister never go down there, can mingle and appear. We are go down there far. Eh? We are go down there far, Mr. Andrew Wallace. Mr. Andrew Wallace tell you that clean up your yard. Jamaica not turmoil. The Middle East not turmoil. Tell we how we gonna get country, we get light and water, how we gonna get oil. Mr. Wallace, when you come and say what raise drinks because you don't want people to stop drinking sugar. I don't raise water. Some people want to know if sugar in the water too. Come on, man. Come on, Mr. Wallace, man. Do better. Bobby Green, you in from Parliament open. So till it all lock with you. Are you not a vice? Headman Bartlett, you in from Parliament before Parliament big you in there. Are you not a vice? Who two big old broad back in there from West. I know just sit down so I make hand holding and your wife and spin on. Our secret there for no. Make them talk about the secret and make it come to light and go over with man. History never treat you no good man. You don't go too bad no man. You don't go too bad, Mr. Wallace and your wife. Your wife now no manners. She disrespect everybody. And I'll tell you again, Juliet Wallace, the queen dead. And money could save her. Juliet Wallace. Andrew Wallace. Break up your folly ground. Or step out. Because it's never pretty. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. And I yield back.
All right. Let me just yes. Okay. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Yes, caller, go ahead. You're on Mystic Sensation Live. Boy, the lines are hot. Yes, caller, can you turn off the device in the back and speak to us? What is that? Caller, I don't know what is going on there. Phones. What is going on here? Caller, I realized that you were calling. Let's try call back because yeah, the line is clear right now. Right? So as we say, in terms of the corruption, and we have to galvanize the people in Jamaica that it is time now that go out there and peaceful demonstration, because we can't have this. Andrew Wallace is not hiding the corruption again. He's not hiding the corruption again. He's emboldened because, of course, the DPP, not interested because, of course, the DPP is getting her $12 to $14 million per year. Likewise, the Commissioner of Police getting their $12 to $14 million per year. So they have no interest because they have eaten out of the trough, they're belly full, and they want their Andrew. All right? Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Go ahead.
Me definitely have a call back.
Yes, man. Call back, man.
Nasty Marlon Marga when he for a page in our comment section. But did you see the report from the UNDP, which is the United Nations Development Program, which they're stating that in the next 3 years, 50% of Jamaicans will be migrating, are thinking of migrating. So how is it that the Prime Minister is asking people to come back home, but at least 50% of the country in the next 3 years will be leaving. That can't make no sense to me. That sounds very contradicting.
Exactly, and it is. And it is, of course. Very contradicting.
It's simple
Quite
because
ironic.
separation is really high.
Yeah.
And if you have half the country considering to leave in the next 3 years, it simply means there's nothing there for them.
Nothing.
So what are you telling me to come back home, come do? Come look for you? Amal and Morgan, them must swell themselves time so bossing.
Yes.
This is a joke. This is a joke.
Definitely.
It's not make no sense to me.
Definitely.
No sense. And the people them little, but nobody can tell me that something is not hanging over the clothes of these people. Something over these people, because there's too many information.
Let me tell you something.
You guys wake up.
I'm glad you mentioned that. For a lot of people who believe that, okay, all right, nothing is not going to happen, right? I think that they are making a big mistake. I am ever confident that, right, Andrew Holness is not going to get away with this. And you see, right now he's now meddling with the Mornington election. This is what he does. His level of criminality, his level of corruption, right? So he's now siding. You understand? And this is how you understand the selling out, the plantation slave and the house slave, right? Because now Andrew Holness now turned that person and the house slave, you know. You understand? So he's now selling out his sovereignty. Now, when you take over, now, look, Jamaica, the maroon property, as it relates to the water, shelf life, and the ecosystem, control 40% of our water source. And when you have crony capitalists go there, right, and do their this and that, digging down and this and that and that and that, it is going to suffer us.
But you know, I want to add something to what you said. I did a research the other day, and one of the things I found out is that a lot of these investors who are investing in land, to be honest with you, they're also investing to own the waters that are under these land so that they can sell them in certain proximity. Remember, so them can utilize the purifier and the system where they have in a Barbados to purify the water so it can be drinked. And to my understanding, that is one of the reasons why they also want to buy out the lands in the Maroon Town. Hence the reason why I'm so optimistic to get rid of these people and get rid of Curry.
Exactly.
If you get rid of that man, he cannot get the land them to do what they want to do with it. Mighty God, you know what? I got working a class.
Yes, my brother. And that is one of the reasons why all Jamaicans, right, must jump in support of Curry. We can't allow Andrew Holness tentacles to extend into the maroon area. Long time he wants to do that. Let us take this call. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation. Could you turn off the device in the background because I'm getting a feedback? Yes, my brother. How you doing? Yeah, we don't have no time for him, you know. Of course. Of course.
Like them just like flying to shit. You know, they were the real story about the drowning man.
But hold on. But hold on the caller. Hold on the caller. Because people are telling me that he came in the chat. I don't want him over here, you know. Let me tell him plain. This is one platform is not going to tolerate you, you know. You understand? Marlon, Dirty Morgan. Let me talk to you. You understand? You see the platform here? You see the platform here? Me talk to you personally. Right? Avoid it. Avoid it. Right? Because as a matter of fact, I'm going to start digging in your file, you know. I expose you, you know. Right? So, I want to make you know personally, you know. You understand? We don't, look here. We don't pet and powder over your son, no, but I believe, sir. You understand? We are going to give you any form of access over yourself. You are not welcome. Let me tell you that. Let me make the host is speaking, right? You are not welcome, point blank and period, right? And let me talk to my lieutenant. From once you see him, just block him, kick him out. Yes, Carla, go ahead.
I said, what are the nasty? The word line up and shoot down virgin.
All right, me understand. Hold on, the caller. Me understand. So you grieve, but we don't want to know so the platform and the influence people to line up and shoot down people. So I know you don't mean that, right? Oh, okay. Crony capitalist then. Crony capitalist. Crony capitalist then. Of course, you're right. Yeah. Nobody can beat you for say that. Nobody can beat you for say that. Oh yes, you're correct. You are correct, man.
They are part of the Atlantic slave trade, capitalism, called capitalists. They are part of the Atlantic slave trade. Yeah, in the 15th century. That's why I'm treat black Jamaican like that.
Yes, touch them, my brother, because you're correct. I mean, you have the facts to prove what you're saying that you're correct.
I study, I read about it.
And that is one of the reasons why we call them neo-colonialist. Neo-colonialist.
They are cursed. All black people are different capitalism. Them cursed. Just like the Catholic Church, you know, they appear like a picking them molest because the church, they cursed.
Well, like a peer fire over here this morning, a peer fire. So more melting pot, give me the maths upon the money, you know, but boy, the line hotter than home. The line is so hot. But go on, do your thing. Do your thing.
At destruction, them man, and get them all dirty, stinking capitalists of Jamaica. Them curse, brethren. They're cursed. And you honest, yo, when it is a real story of a drowning man catching that strap.
Oh yes.
Because a drowning, you know, and I try everything.
Yes.
It's a try.
Yes.
It's a try everything because them know them are drowned. You know?
All right.
Come in with law, impose law, implement law, exempt them from prison. Prison them are
that's what they're doing. So even the Nara, hold on the caller because me know you jug up me a melting pot now, you know. Because you say all of the right thing what we want for hear. Now, caller, even in the Nara bill. Aye. Talk of a thing. What a fire this morning. I saw Hoover yesterday burn up. Mighty goodness. What a fire this evening. Yeah.
Capitalism was a part of the Atlantic slave trade. That's why they all nowadays capitalists are treat Jamaican black people like that.
And where say it's true.
Keep slavery alive and well in Jamaica.
That's what they want to do, my brother. Mighty goodness, boy, the color you hot. The color you hot.
Jamaican people for know them thing and turn against them and run them out of Jamaica, all dirty capitalists them. All they could nasty, dirty, stinking man. Do them a kid, it's a gang within a gang. One of them. Criminal, all the police them and kill out them. Them soon become an endangered species in Jamaica. All of them become like innocent you them and kill out.
Right now they are endangered species. Right now they are endangered species. Not soon become. They are endangered species right now.
All the farmers, them not import food that grow wild in Jamaica, brethren. And I pretend like them are help farmers. Them for good. Jamaicans to do them things. Them for good. What about them? I told them want cuss no bad with them.
No cuss no bad with, but burn them out. Burn them out, Carla. Burn them out, Carla. It's me I give you the time. Burn them out. Don't talk burn them. Burn them out.
skin them not finish them, but like them are pretty. All of them are some dirty hypocrite. Them cursed.
Of course, them
All of them
cursed.
cursed. All of them become black nasty. Them you go house niggers.
Tell them long time.
House niggers. All of them.
Boy, you make melting pot, you make melting pot a laugh, you know. If you make the pot up, blaze the fire, and you make the pot a laugh, you must know, see you really have blaze some fire over here, you know. Go and blaze the fire, my brother.
Well, I want some house for you. Hypocrite, not finish them. I can't, you know, every thing them talk about them, you know, the whole of them I can't up and Nikita Berger, she a prime minister material that.
Of course.
Prime minister in the next couple of years. Watch and see. Got you well educated, smart, intelligent, and loving, caring about the Jamaican people.
There you go.
These politicians, all capitalists, and they don't care about black people. They are not for black people.
And you're right.
Don't be thinking capital. I'm so pissed. And seeing them in the House of Representatives. I think a big butterfoot girl to the wellness. I come chat to people like, you know, that pissed me off.
Well,
I'm entity where involved in the Atlantic slave trade. Them things are black people for know.
exactly. But let me tell you something, Carla. One by one, they'll be going to jail. One by one, and let me talk to them since you call it upon the year, because I'm melting pot to talk about it, you know. Them think them go and sit down, you understand how, you know, you're not about rural read. Me they run out about rural read, you know, because we want to hear what is going on. Rural read lost all his effort in court. So we want the court to proceed. We want the trial to go on, and I'm going to do some serious inquiry as it relates to rural read. We, the public, want to know what's going on. Because guess what? He's the first one that we want to send to prison. Talk about the things I'm calling. Go on.
Black people know themselves, they educate themselves, know their history, and now they become more dirty, stinking capital. One them out of Jamaica, a criminal, outrage gang, and the camera, body camera for the police, they want to talk about, or they talk to man, they want them to the police in that camera, or they will get scared, they won't be talking the colorful language. And the fun man, them the weird body camera, and deal with. And say, when them kill off innocent youth, they want to talk about body camera and taxi driver. When taxi driver have to do with body camera. That nastiness. You can't understand where the nastiness that is a chink. Minister of National Security. The boy that want to hang upside down and beat.
All right. All right, Carla. All right.
That piss me off, you know, telling black people and talk about them and defend capitalism. Where was a part of the Atlantic slave trade.
And you're right with what you're saying.
Them don't know them history, you know, them dons. Them keep them dons. Them capitalist government. The great Michael Manley tell them. The great Michael Manley try. We tell them, teach them everything.
Michael Manley tell himself he studied to show themselves approved.
Of course. I am trying to fight against, I'm trying to kill Michael Manley. Because them stand up for them. On the backside, mining. And Michael Manley implement the free education.
Straight up to university level.
Teach them.
Straight up. What on the call? Because I mentioned something, you know. Some of them who now, upon the JLP, you understand, side, you know, right, benefited off of Michael Manley free education up to university level, you know. Some of them same one, you understand, go against Michael Manley, you know, for show you how them ungrateful, wicked, and corrupted, and bad mind.
Them curse. That's why them curse.
Yes, man.
Ungrateful, so them curse. Them curse, brethren. And that black people can know their history. And one of them could not see this capitalist house slave from Jamaica. Run out of Jamaica, man.
Exactly.
Piss me off, I could not see dirty, stinking Marlon Margaret. Them sick my stomach when they see this nastiness in about myself. Look on them too. Look on all who in a house I represent. Them because not be a criminal. Or the whole of them are criminal.
I never know say the little piece of equal eye in the chat. Then my lieutenant them they not kick him out. Found to see my lieutenants found to see him in the chat. Don't even make me have to ask. You understand? Don't make from my authority. Just kick him out. all of my lieutenants them found to see him coming and shot kick him out.
This a venture out, we have a charge for media, some social media sitting board. You know, that they could nastiness. But look on them too.
Yes.
The boy sick me stomach, man. Every time I see that boy there, that big stinking boy there.
All right.
It's worth me.
All right, Carla. What am I going to do? I'm going to run left you now.
Jamaica from the 60s.
All right, man. Yeah. All right. All right, Carla. I'm going to run left you now. Come on, melting pot. Shell down the amount of money being collected because we are going to deal with generate up some report. And of course, we are going to put it in terms of the respective place. So let me just give Melting Pot the opportunity to break down for us. Right? So, all right. Yeah, me tell the lieutenant them say from once and see him, just kick him out. Don't wait upon my authority. All right. Bless yourself, my brother. Cool. All right, Melting Pot. Yes. So put up something there. Plus UK give what is that?
6 million.
6 million pound? Okay.
Yeah, then we get all the money from the United Kingdom, you know. I will put money. The money when me a quote, you know, our Alvin Gale put out, you know. Yeah, we'll tally them together. You understand? So we have him on this. You understand? So I mean, for them try to
yes. Hold on there. All right, Carla, I cut off that call because we want to allow Melting Pot to just finish. So after Melting Pot finish, you understand, speak to us on a call. So just ease off the call until Melting Pot finish. So when Melting Pot finish, we open the line again. You understand? So no disrespect, you know. You understand? Just as Melting Pot finish, we open the line and we juggle. All right, Melting Pot, do you think?
Yeah, the money where the government have run through AdPen so far, based on the numbers where Alvin Gale put out at the press briefing, yeah, at 200 billion, 8,080,032 Jamaican dollars them have run through there. Yeah, and that come out of the 17,000 people where donate our entities combined together. Yeah, I will know about money where them not really address, because you see all the millions them will come from UK. You notice them not talk about that. Them talk about this, the 6.7 billion US, and them talk about the money from CARICOM. Yeah, but them don't talk about the money, the pound them will come in. You understand? And you don't hear the money that will come from places like India and Canada and all those places. So there's a lot of money where the government swing off. Yeah. That's why them draw for the novice Alvin Gale, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Them bring a man in there we can't even relate the figure them. Yeah. So the 1.4 billion with them a project. Yeah. And them never not state whether US or Jamaican, but you say Jamaican. Yeah. Them the figure them can't brandish them bout here. Them the figure they figure one side go park. Yeah. Because we have to hold the government accountable, you know, for the money we come in, you know. Yeah, we have to. Because remember, you know, this is not money where the country generate, you know. This is a donation. Yeah, we come through AdPen. Plus the 6.7 billion US where the people have to pay back. And the people are not benefiting from it because Andrew is not spending the money. So all who are run out and are back in Panara, you know, them a corrupt piece of shit, them, you know.
Melting Pot.
That's
see, hold on a Melting Pot. See this little piece of nastiness here. This is why I'm saying a Melting Pot. Mystic Sensation and Melting Pot, you're a national disgrace. You should be charged for spreading misinformation. So hold on there. Hold on. Because just as this, you know. Now, national disgrace, right? I want to know if me a Melting Pot have any statutory declaration that we cannot be certified. Who is a national disgrace? Who is a national disgrace, you piece of dog shit? Eh? No, you see, you are
But
not
hold on,
invited. You are not
how them
invited here.
hold on, mistake. I
Yes.
wonder if the Pegasus information where we run out with I hurt them head. Cause all them over here so tonight's enough. The chink them and the crab louse and the lice them and the
Yes.
batlash them. Cause them a vampire suck people blood in a Jamaica, you know. Anybody we are back the administration right now, the whole of them are blood sucker. And as the caller just right, he said, them not understand them history because them are back capitalism that we know capitalism a part of slavery.
Yes.
So when the
Andrew
black
Wallace,
people slavery, no have
Andrew
no
Wallace
ambition.
and Juliet Owens. Andrew Wallace and Juliet Owens are the national disgrace of Jamaica. National disgrace of Jamaica.
And several members of the cabinet, we are robbed the taxpayers' money and them a national disgrace. And them have the people out there suffer. And them have the Jamaica and give it to other foreign country. And have the people out there look like monkey and swing pan limb. Cause that them want to take the people for. You understand? Well, we know our people them proud. And we know our people them have international flavor. The world acclaim Jamaica. So when them shit government are come in and manipulate the people them life in Jamaica, what you expect we are going to do? Stay around and watch, you know, carry out an atrocity upon the people in our country. And rob all the diaspora money we are coming, we are balance the economy every year. Eh? The diaspora money bigger than tourism. We on a globe boat count and get nothing from tourism. At 7 cents to get out of each dollar. So I could tell the people them, yeah, I don't friend them a benefit from tourism. Jamaican people not benefit at the lowest paid worker in the tourism sector anywhere in the world. Especially in a CARICOM. Look for little Barbados where the workers are get. Compared to where our workers get their salary. I want a piece of shit I run over your son of crab house. Go eat up on the Big Mama and Draws Davis and Queenie and hey, nastiness. One on the corner, you know. One of the big channel I put out content, you know. Remember our content have no relevancy to you know, cause shit. I don't know if you go inside and go drown in a Big Mama pit. Cause Big Mama have a pit can't hold all down, you know. Cause you always enter up in the pit. With a piece of shit, you know. Leave the channel, man. Yes, sir.
But hold on a minute, but you know why I say this so? You'll be charged with by Cybercrime Act. Okay, all right. You never know so not prepared for charge us for Cybercrime Act. Let me tell you something, right? Because let me talk to you now, Mr. Marlon. You see, when you're ready, just try. Tell the Prime Minister to try. I'm not talk to you, you know, because you understand, you're a small fish, you're a small fry. But they tell you, say, tell Andrew Owners to try that. And I ask me, they ask you, you are a little low fish. So I'm thinking, but I have no time to deal with you. But me they give you a message. Tell Andrew Owners, anytime to try that. Would I love if him try that. Bet me they bet him. Right? No, let me take the caller. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Go ahead.
Good evening, Mystic.
Blessings, my brother.
You see the boy who call you. You work hard, you well, you can declare your money.
All right.
You not get no buyout.
Talk to him now.
You not get no peer roll and no boy can buy you out.
Here you go, my brother.
Come with the truth. And you want nothing can walk no one all about the industry.
Let me tell you.
So tell a boy they say, to them a criminal, then get the part of money. You see, if I went Beryl blow, I asked the boy to one, he said, what today? The donation money coming, you hold long? Tell Melissa coming, you hold long, y'all ask him about the money then. To give the people them.
Yeah.
So tell a boy they say, he better find himself a prison room for the whole of them.
One by one, they'll be going to jail.
Yeah, we want grip of all them labor right there and put them on prison, we want to put them.
And that's no joke.
You know, so tell a boy they say, you don't buy out, because you know how you work and get your money. Every dollar you make, you can show.
Let them know that.
Hard working. And the one is not work with your money and thief.
Criminal.
On criminal.
scammer.
It's a scammer because that's why the boy man run out some guy when melting pot job they don't get pounds set, you know. They mess up. You know, cause what ya? They want to buy out and they say, go away with the money and all corruption. All criminal them. So then they have to defend him. And we have to big up with the jungle in the farm and how fix them business. But, you know?
Exactly.
From them in the West, we have to big up him because boy, turn up the parliament, man, start run up the parliament with lights up early. You know? So we're not thieves or criminal. So what about it for Byron? We're there to defend
All right.
But they go try and push it that bush boy there. Or criminal them.
Blessings, my brother.
All right, sir.
All right. You hear that? Yeah. We speak for the voice of many Jamaicans. Melting pot. Right? Yes. And you only can find him on Mystic Sensation and Lonesome. Nowhere else. All right. Melting pot. Juggle up.
Yeah, man. You see how Pegasus are them do.
Yes.
Body are run out tonight, you know. Big old nasty bug life. You understand? Them youth don't have nothing about them, you know.
Yes.
They have nothing about them. Yeah, because a young look youth like that should have defend him country. I sell him, I sell out the country, you know.
Yeah,
because him end up in a corruption pit where Andrew dig for the whole of them. That's why them have to attack for Andrew. You understand? Yeah, but we are tell him now thinking dirty bug life. We not take your threat a small threat. Yeah, tell the crime minister. Yeah. Say when him ready, yeah, he can come to melting pot. Cause I owe him something. Me certified, you know. Me not illegal.
All right.
I'm almost certified from 1998.
All right. What is the pot then? Look at the next caller. Yes, my sister. You're on Mystic Sensation Live. Go ahead.
Hi, Mystic.
How you doing, my sister?
I sit all right here with my congressman.
Yes.
And he was watching your program.
Yes.
And we saw Marlon Morgan Payman.
Yeah.
And what he said.
Mm-hmm.
And I just showed him. He's the same man was sitting in the parliament of Jamaica.
Yes.
He was so surprised. So surprised. Thank you.
Your blessings, my sister. Right. Let me say this because there's no stopping for melting pot and a Mystic Sensation, and they can't intimidate us. Let me tell you something. Yeah, life's like a Marlon Morgan, right? You're a fish fry. You understand? You can't intimidate nobody around here, so. You understand? We're 10 times tougher than you. And I ask you that, you know. I tell you that 10 times tougher than you. You understand? Go ahead, melting pot.
Yeah, we are making him know we're not running with the law. Yeah, we're crystal clear. Yeah. Who know a criminal where the whole entire world know about, you know. All the Andrew cabinet members, them are criminal, you know. Everybody chop the taxpayers' money down there. And rob all the loan them where them get from IMF and all them places. Them not spend it for the country. You understand? So the world are watching, you know. So we are now no problem, you know. The world are the biggest problem because only a matter of time before no get bangled. You understand? No power not gonna end up all of Rocket Island, you know. Because we not going to them type of prison in Jamaica, you know. No, even though it run down, yeah, we want to put in some maximum security center. We don't have to work, yeah, because we are criminal, you know. Sit down and rob taxpayers' money. And I run out to defend the crime minister. Yeah, the uncertified crime minister. Yeah, when I not no pride, him not no shame, that piece of shit. Yeah, I'm going all over the place. Enough of himself amongst credible leader. You understand? Certified leader. Yeah, there's only one uncertified prime minister going around in the world. And it's a crime minister down at Jamaica when you man do all this. You understand? We mix up in all type of bangarang Ponzi scheme. We rob investors, mash up in one Jamaican them through capital gain. You understand? Because the whole of them, you know, just engulf in this capitalism mentality, you know. Yeah, where them just feel like so them have a mountain of money pile up around them and they know so them can't use all the money. You understand? Them man, they do all type of money laundering. Big old nasty thinking girl named Dushan Chabadia. We bring to the place under disguise. Hey, but we are telling you this, the money where you hear my chat about when get from St. Martin, Big Nasty, Dushi and Chibadia. Make sure Andrew Holness can back up on that.
Melting pot. Hold on the melting pot. You realize if we touch the Pegasus, you have them flies that run out.
They not hear me, I tell my boss. If I touch the Pegasus, we could have go so deep in our investigation, you know.
We find the Pegasus.
We tell them long time, say we are investigative journalism work we deal with around here. Real-time investigative journalism work. That's why we don't run with day-to-day content. We create our own content like Pegasus. We are heard them in our head. When man lie when he was asked about Pegasus in a 2019, him lie. But here is Pegasus in Jamaica. I watch everybody business. So we are called upon the two top giant telecommunication provider. Digital and Flow, you need to protect on the customer. The Prime Minister breached them privacy. What you two entities will be doing about it? We don't need to contact Pumbaz.
Look at. Melting pot, watch out. Melting pot. Well, hey, but alright, what are the melting pot? Let me juggle a little bit here with him. Now, hear him, Jamaicans, we will have this line program. This platform is not safe for listening. Reject mystic sensation. Now, alright, look. All of the source document that we found, right? We either they use JIS, the Gleaner, right? The Observers, right? So basically, he's saying all of them medium there, right? They're liars because we don't
off of the screen, man. Move him off of the screen, man. Not just ripping at the big old piece of nasty drunk man. Yeah, no word in the publicity power. Take him off, man. A piece of shit that see him belly big like pampas. A baby sperm full up in him, Yeah, man. Big Mama Baby Sperm and Jaws Davis and Queenie and Bell Davis and the whole of them full up in that piece of shit there, So them look like Humpty Dumpty. Garbage that,
What you make
Hey, them garbage them. When you see them, yeah, you have to just flush them because them are shit. Them are waste material. You understand? Yeah, because here it is now. Big old nasty piece of shit like that surface through Andrew Holness and Big Mama Toilet and come and knock up himself on international platform. Him think a DB platform this round here, so Pegasus hurt them, man, and we know Pegasus dog them trouble. Hey, people no stay tuned because we're not done with Pegasus yet, We have to come go to part 2 of Pegasus. Them time that them head ever hurt them. Because remember, Andrew a spy. Andrew is an espionage in Jamaica. And that warrant international intervention. He's a spy, the Prime Minister. So we have to come talk it and tell it to the entire nation, Yeah. Worldwide, even at the diaspora.
Hold on, let me say something to the chat, particularly the lieutenants with the blue jacket. Remember, if sometime I don't see likes like Amal and Morgan, you understand? Remember, say we don't have the access also to block him. You understand? For once you see him, you understand? You don't have to wait on Mystic to block him. You can block him. Just block him. For once you see him, just block him. You don't have the full authority. You understand? All right. Go ahead, Melting Pot.
Yeah, man. It's when time them germs that come try to slow down people momentum because we know them style, deflection, But we have to just make sure we address the piece of shit house tonight. You understand? Because them the nastiness there, Remember him forget him in a prison, Exactly. Remember the boy beat all the woman for a man, A shit house that. You can't have woman and a beat man for man.
Well, you see it? With that short in business. I be can't come over here,
If we get locked up, to them and nurse him down at Jamaica.
What you saying the Melting Pot?
You come tonight, you want me to turn over all the hot water out I pot for him?
Yeah.
Turn him.
What you say? Him beat your wife, you?
Oh, you mean?
All right.
Get off here, man.
Why come over here for?
Piece of garbage that man. After them and Andrew of the country buying in a corruption and dictatorship. And we are come highlight it and make the people know say, well, and the whole privacy is being breached, you know, by the crime minister Andrew Wallace and him conglomerate them. Guy like Dushan Chabadi involved in it and some more. You understand? And him hide the Pegasus, you know. Him hide the Pegasus from relevant authority, you know. Who come ask him about it. Him deny it. 2019. But here it is now. It a hurt them. Because me and Byron come do a thing pan Pegasus.
And we found out right there. We
know where we know where there.
Use it.
And we know which part and which part it use and the success rate. We have it about 90% success rate. 27 out of 30 country. So we know where I'm going. Yeah. But people don't have to thank Marky G, you know. And the needs, you know. Because I will tell you where I'm going, you know. It's the pandemic. When the big holes thinking wash a girl when you do Shan Chabadia. Do the app. I left it wide open. Then that was deliberately done, you know. To capture the people and data. So them have that and put in a Pegasus. Yeah. You know where Andrew the one do run off things is bringing the nits. That's why I'm coming there 10,000 fine and all them things there and imprisonment if you not do it. I want to force it because if them never get the nits go through. Them have everybody data. But them have a portion of Jamaican data in a Pegasus. Yeah. We don't safe boat down there. We are making know from real investigation. Yeah. So we know what we are talking about. Because we know the tabloid in the Jamaican people. And this is very severe to the privacy. We know we are about is being tracked. You understand? We know message being read. You understand? We know phone call being listened to. Everything we want to do on the phone. I remember, you know, the telecom provider, them, you know, have an obligation, yeah, to safeguard on the privacy. So we don't need to take up this matter with Digicel and Flow and whoever provide telecommunication through the internet and phone usage in Jamaica. Yeah. And Pumba need to come address this, you know, because I'm the minister for the Ministry of Telecommunication. Yeah. So him can have the crime minister aspire to do espionage work on the people in Jamaica, you know. That not sit well with me. Me see my brother fly go in and them know same flying and fly out because them I use Pegasus. Yeah. Them can't tell you some man flying and fly out because them I use Pegasus. So Jamaican people, right now, not even the opposition phone in safekeeping because Andrew can listen to Marky G anytime him please. And all of him members them. And all of the opposition member them. Journalists. Yeah. Human rights activists. Lawyers. Hey, the guy go and bad in Jamaica, man. This guy need to be stopped. Jamaican people. The reality of everything, you know, is that the country is not being led by a credible person because I'm not certified as a criminal. Exactly. And the fact that the matter say a criminal will not do the right thing. A criminal will continue on its merry pathway. And Andrew Wallace's merry pathway is to rob, steal, trick, con, and lie to the Jamaican people at all costs. So, when you're talking about leadership, it's non-existent. That's why I tell him all the while, say he's not prime minister material and him do not surplus the requirement because, see, Melissa come and prove it. Him get the chance to redeem himself to the Jamaican people at large and him feel miserable because what? One thing him have in him head is criminality and him normalize that on a day-to-day basis. Him and him cabinet member them That is why all of them find themselves in the same shit pit with Andrew and Juliet. Because Andrew makes sure corrupt them, you know. To stay ahead of them, him have to corrupt them.
Yes.
So they can't talk on him because him have everything on them and him have Pegasus to hold them. Right now, a portion of them in the cabinet, there are a big crack emerging in the Jamaica Labour Party cabinet. You have on the left, you have Tough Tongue, and you have on the right, you have Andrew and Juliet. And you see right now, it's only a matter of time before that happen. Because the PSOJ, them back Tough Tongue, you know. Even though I'm a criminal, them back him. Because them see him as a more, me no know, level-headed individual. But at the same time, I'm out the road to talk about oral sex and all type of garbage. Give a 85 for your pens, punani and all them things there. So when you look, 6.5 dozen of the other. Yeah. So it's showing that the country need a change.
All right.
And a change for the better.
All right. All right, Pat.
A change to wake up the idea and the revolution in Jamaica.
All right.
Where
Listen,
Jamaica
Pat, you want now?
become a part of the society, where nationalism becomes a part of the program, where you nationalize the country to Jamaican and not foreigners. And I yield back the floor to you, Sir Byron.
Listen. All right, we have 9 minutes, and we have opened the 9 minutes here for callers. So callers, right, who want to call and engage, you understand? Me and Melting Pot the writer, so, right? We have 9 minutes, right, to go. So please use up this 9 minutes. So we are anticipating for persons to call. But you know, it is good to say as it relates to, Marlon criminal Morgan, Henry Morgan grandson, right? Obviously, want to protect and preserve the status quo of criminality. I know very well that if it was Mark Golden's statutory declaration, right, did not certify, right, going 3 years, Marlon Morgan, Big Mama, and the whole of them, you understand, they would have depend it every day and night, and they would talk about unacceptable. They will do all sorts of things, but Andrew Holness can do everything that is wrong, all the criminality, right? And you people protect him. It's a shame and disgrace. You are the sellout. You understand? You are what? Committing treason against the Jamaican people, right? You and someone who is criminally corrupted, the Prime Minister going against his own anti-corruption system. Think of that. Which Prime Minister in the Caribbean, Marlon Morgan, let me ask you, which Prime Minister, which other Prime Minister in the Caribbean, basin, going against its anti-corruption system to take out the illicit enrichment clause? This goes to show you that the Prime Minister is corrupt, the Prime Minister is a criminal, the Prime Minister is a scammer, the Prime Minister is taking his own well, is this a lie? Is this a let me ask, Marlon Morgan, is this a lie what I'm saying? Isn't that the Prime Minister had taken his anti-corruption system to court to throw out the illicit clause under the Corruption Act? Is that a lie? The Prime Minister cannot be certified. Is that a lie? The Prime Minister joined all in 2006 and robbed investors. Is that a lie? The Prime Minister jumped from all in 2006 to 2007 and going to Cash Plus, from all into Cash Plus. Is that a lie? The Prime Minister in 2008 jumped from Cash Plus and going to SSL. Is that a lie? You double down and preserve criminality. The Prime Minister, one-time advisor, Rural Reid, while he was in the Ministry of Education, is now charged, right, and placed before the court. Is that a lie? Talk to me. Is that a lie? The Prime Minister have $470 million running through NCB in various accounts. Is that a lie? The Prime Minister have $750,000 US in a Citibank. Web say make mistake. It is not US dollars, it's Jamaican dollars sitting in Citibank for over 1 year.
Boy, Byron, beg your peace time there. Beg your peace time. Can I just touch something? Yeah, and him alone is too. Yeah, him downsize 750,000 US to Jamaican dollars, and him downside the value of him house. Credible valuator come and value the man house at 250 million, and Andrew said no at 50 million. What can go so?
Exactly. Right? We're not done.
Criminal.
We're not done liquidating now. You understand? In 2020, when you're telling the Integrity Commission investigators, you understand that your income, assets, and liability, right, is only 190 million. Right? While Juliet owns at least flat. Right? Running a complex that value over $800 million. That a lie? Is that a lie? Come talk to me now. Is that a lie? No. Let me tell you something. At the wrong place I come. You understand? And so then, all right, melting pot, it seems like the call is off, but let us prepare because we have to shift, right? Because we have other responsibility to do, right? And the Titans, right? So people, please, you understand, make it for the Titans, right? Later. So we are going to close the show today. I want to say big up to Melting Pot, the General, as always, right? And we want to say big thanks to all the people who tune in, support us, and continue to support us, right? And because this is the energy that we need, you understand, to burn down liars, right? And deceivers, corruptors, scammers, and Satan, like Marlon Morgan, you understand, Andros Davis, Big Mama, right? Andrew Owners and him old gang, as one caller said, it is a gang within a gang, right? And it is because of the strength of you people while we continue. And we will not stop. No one can intimidate us, right? Mystic Sensation and Melting Pot will always take it to them, right? So, people, one love. Melting Pot, any last word?
Let me just say my last word to me. Well, me not no last word to say to my people. Let me just say my closing word to my people. Them.
All right,
yeah? Right now, my people is right here and right now for the movement, you know. Because Andrew has pipe and all of them. Yeah? And that need to be highlighted where it get international coverage. Remember, I given you the formula already. I tell you so the embassy them out there, you know. The Canadian, the US, and the British High Commission. Just go there with a peaceful demonstration. And make it get the international coverage from those embassy personnel who are there not only to give out visa, but to also have a close knowledge of what is happening in Jamaica. Yeah, so I know you guys will get international coverage. Just use those 3 entities that I prescribed. Because remember, you know, when I will get protection, them can't shoot you around there, so you know. Because remember, them places have camera, you know. So it's about pick up. Yeah? So they just go there with the placard, with the writing stated on the placard. Yeah? Andrew is a espionage, a spy for. Yeah? I want to know no privacy. And I'm saying again to the 2 major telecom provider, Digicel and Flow, get to know act together and protect the people and their privacy. We don't owe that to the customer. It's an obligation. Yield back the floor to you, Sir Lord Byron.
All right, blessings. And dear you avid people, right? We are out. Walk good. And see you later when it will be greater. Blessings. All right, we are out. Melting Pot, big up yourself. All right.
I know why you come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister.
and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right kind of stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.